The Velma series on HBO Max represents a catastrophic failure from each and every individual involved in this. Because everybody, at some point in time, had an opportunity to say, you know what, maybe that by just making an adult, raunchy, race-swap, identity politics-laden, unfunny cringe fest, maybe people won't like that, maybe the fans won't like that, maybe they won't like this being bastardized in this way, but they didn't. They let it happen. But the person who has received the most backlash is undoubtedly the person who is the brainchild of this entire thing, Mindy Kaling as race-swapped Velma.
Please do not support the upcoming Hogwarts Legacy game. Friends, colleagues, cohorts, the whole lot of you, I'm asking you very sincerely, please do not stream it. Don't make YouTube videos about it. Don't buy it. And don't bloody pre-order it.
Who the is this show made for? Certainly isn't made for more than 7% of the population. At least look at all these ratings on Metacritic, on IMDb, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Nearly everybody despises this. Men despise it, women despise it, old people hate it, young people hate it. Everyone hates Velma.
Poor us. Without Scooby, we haven't got a show, Daphne.
Fuck, man! How did I fall off the... What? What the fuck? Man, get this goddamn pinball out the fucking way, man. What?
Oh my god!
What the fuck? Man, what are the odds of some man, this game is
Fall right on your head.
man, this game is stupid, man. I'm out of the race now, bro.
Videos a day till I get it.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Jesus, man.
Oh my god!
What?
Come on, nobody's all bad.
My name is Velma Dinkley. This is my story, told my way, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. This is my story, told my way.
Welcome to Tuesday night's main event. Yes, I am at Geeks and Gamers headquarters here in Orlando, Florida. But I got to be honest, man, watching Ripa and the fucking pinball. And it all started because you ricocheted a green shell and hit yourself. Oh, shit.
Is that all from the same stream?
Pretty much.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was Penguin 2.0.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Pretty unlucky, man.
But yeah, we are a little shorthanded tonight, but that's okay. Obviously we didn't get a chance to do Mario Kart on Sunday, but we are currently trying to get everything set up here, and I am super excited for everybody to see what we have going on. It'll be a little while, and hopefully I don't go broke getting all this done. I need to make a few Velma videos, maybe, to pay for all this shit that's going on. But it's Tuesday. Let's get this party started. We got Ryan from RK Outpost, the happiest man on the internet. Hello, Ryan.
Hello. I'm in the process of tearing this whole thing down and moving a bunch of stuff over to a different little studio area in the G&G HQ. So that'll be good. I've been in the process of like packing and like doing this shit for like a week and a half, but it's kind of tough to find time for that. And, you know, driving and all that shit when you're making 7 or 8 videos a day. So, you know, I got to get it done when I can, but I'm ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We got young Ripa, who didn't even know it was gonna be a show tonight.
Yeah, no.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
I had no idea. I assumed at the move and shit that we weren't gonna have it, but yeah, we are having it. But you know, I got here barely on time, so
hell yeah,
it worked out. But Yeah, I've been just fucking busy, man. Non-stop work with the Riververse stuff. We had a very intriguing meeting. I'm not going to say what happened out of it. But we got some special that we think we're gonna have ready for ISOM's 2's release. That'll release alongside it. I think that we're gonna have happen. But we're just working. Everybody's working. The whole team's continuing to get orders out as you put them in. You can still, of course, get cover C of ISOM 1. But yeah, we're just gearing up for the upcoming releases. All the other projects that are still being worked on are still being worked on. And yeah, such is life.
Well, yeah, man. Good to have you. Good to have you. And looking forward to everything you got going on. I watched a little bit of that debate. The debate.
Oh shit, I
that you
forgot
had.
about that. I can't believe I haven't even
Lord,
spoken about that
man.
really today.
So,
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah,
I
that was
couldn't figure
weird.
out if he
That
if
was
he was
weird.
genuine with where he was coming from, or it was hard to figure out.
I think it was more like this guy thinks, as my dogs are yelling and my wife just got home. This person, like, I don't know. It's like they want to present themselves as kind of like it's the contrarian kind of thing. I think the approach, that's more of what it is. So is that bad intentions or bad actions? I don't know. But yeah, it was a very weird, bizarre, kind of picky thing. I mean, I guess at least the guy had the fucking book. Most guys just make shit up, but he at least had the book. But that was a very weird fucking debate.
That was strange, man. It was. I was listening, man. I was in the chat, and I'm like, this dude can't be serious. He can't be serious. So it was funny. But what's up for the first time? I think is this the first time ever?
Second time.
Second time. Well, Tuesday night's main event. We got Rolo from Locked and Loaded Latinos. Usually the guy you see hosting our gaming streams over on Geeks and Gamers Play. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. We've been holding it down here. Joe, Latino Locked and Loaded, and I moved down about a month before everybody else. So we set up shop over here. So we're across town from Geeks and Gamers HQ. So you'll see us there all the time, and we'll keep holding it down here. You might see some streams here too.
Heck yeah, man.
Glad to be here.
Rolo is here because he's awesome, but I called Ripa because Ripa knew him. He knew him and Joe. I called Ripa. I'm like, hey, I kind of like this dude Rolo and Joe's wife. They're really cool people. Think about bringing him. What do you think? Ripa was like, oh, he's cool as fuck, man. He's great. He just talked them up like crazy. So since Ripa has to thank me for his career, but Rolo, you have to thank Ripa for your career. So.
Joe's like, you tell the Ripa story way too much, man. Like, I was like, somebody's got to have the connection. Like, people don't understand.
Yeah.
Because our channel's about like guns and politics, and they're like, how'd you guys get here? And I was like, Ripa was the bridge. So
yes. Women all left Geeks and Gamers, says Alec Campbell. No, ladies are traveling right now, and they'll be here. So we're gonna have the full crew here in Orlando. At least, not the full crew, but we will have a full crew here. And
we won't have 40 people there.
We don't have 40 people here, but we're gonna have a lot of people here in the area and a lot of cool ass content. So I'm really looking forward to it. And it's gonna be it'll be a few weeks before we get everything worked out, but I think you guys are going to very much enjoy it. So, and shout out to Xanaximus before the stream even started, dropping 10 gifted Geeks and Gamers memberships. Thank you, Xanaximus.
Oh, yeah.
And also with a $25 super chat from Xanaximus. Hail, Geeks and Gamers, wishing you all the best in your move and setup. Keep killing it, guys. Thank you, Xanaximus. Appreciate you, buddy. And Hayden for 20. Hail, Jeremy, Ripa, Ryan, Rolo. Congrats on getting the content house rolling, Jeremy. Can't wait to see what's to come. Eric, I'm impatiently waiting to get all of my covers for ISOM 2. Much love, everybody. Hell yes. That's awesome. Thank you, Hayden. Appreciate all your support. And so we got a lot to talk about. And there's the situation with Velma, which I'm not totally caught up on. This Hogwarts Legacy thing is just hilarious to me. I can't believe how dumb these people are. Again, let me be clear. Like, I hate JK Rowling, okay? I can't stand this fucking bitch, okay? I think she's a horrible human being. She's an absolute terrible human being, but she's also she's a perfect example of the left. All right. And we've talked about this many times. I know Ryan's made this point 1,000 times. JK Rowling literally agrees with 99.9% of all of these freaks' views on the world. But she's got one small little opinion that goes against their narrative, and they just want her done. It's insane. We're talking about now, the left always talks about how we need women and powerful women voices. JK Rowling is a fucking billionaire, one of the most accomplished women on the planet. But because she has one opinion that they don't like, they think she's the worst person alive. And she deserves it, by the way. She's a terrible person. Now, with that said, I will go out and support Hogwarts Legacy all day, every day, because I want to make these freaks cry. And I want to play that clip of this weirdo on Twitter. Ryan, if you can pull that tweet up from the weirdo, I ratio the fuck out of this bitch boy. But before, as he's doing that, we got a $50 super chat from George the Giant Slayer. Thank you, George. Good to see you, buddy. We got to get you back on here. I know George, I was talking to George the other day, and I know he's been busting ass, kicking ass over there on his channel. And he was always with us on Main Event. We're going to get him back on. No worries about that. Thank you, George. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. And then Josh Kelsey for another $20. Thank you, Josh Kelsey. Okay, so this weirdo right here, I saw this video on my timeline, and I think Yellow Flash quote tweeted it first. I think that's where I saw it. And the soy coming from this dude. So again, look, if you don't want to support a person or an individual or a company, you got every fucking right in the world to do it. Okay. It's when you start trying to demonize other people because they don't see the world like you do or some bullshit like that. Like I've always said, I don't really do boycotts per se. It's just that I'll support what I want to support. But if you want to boycott, you have that right. That's totally fine with me. I remember when I didn't go see Solo and I didn't go see something else. And all these fucking weirdos, they credited me with the movie failing, which shows how stupid they are. I was like, I just didn't go see it. I didn't even organize a boycott. But I even said, when I said I'm not going to see Solo, I'm like, if you're mad at me for not going to see it, maybe you should go see it twice to offset it. You're not going to hurt my feelings. This clown right here, he just seems to think that the world needs to revolve around him. So, Ryan, what did you think about this before we watch it? The soy coming from this individual.
Yeah, this video is not going to stop anyone from buying Hogwarts Legacy. The only people that are going to click like are people that think exactly like him already. It's not going to change any minds. The only thing it's going to do is sell more. There may have been some people that are like, we'll wait and see for the reviews. But when you see somebody like this with their fucking trans flag in the background, some cocksucker like this, you are immediately going to go out and support it. Like, ain't no doubt about it. That's the only thing he did is sell more copies.
The only person that probably ain't going to get it on this panel is Ripa. I don't even know. Are you getting it?
Nah. I would have considered it had it been like, somebody, when I found out it wasn't an online RPG, I was like,
yeah. I hear you. And I know, Rolo, you're going to get it, and you weren't overly interested, but now it's like the freaks coming out about it.
I have to do it now. Do it now because I wasn't really interested in the premise. Like, I've watched the Potter movies. I like the park here at Universal, and I always enjoyed it. I read all the books, but I wasn't like a huge nerd about it to play the game. And honestly, it didn't seem like it was going to appeal to me. But now it's like, hell yeah, I'm going to play it. I mean, look at this dude. He's got a Magikarp in the background too. Like, of all the Pokemon that you choose, he's got a fucking Magikarp. So this just tells you, like,
just
context
like
clues everywhere.
Just like Splash, this video is ineffective.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't support or I don't advocate going out and spending your money on something just because it's going to piss off somebody you don't like, right? I don't think that anyone should do that just for that reason. I'm already interested in this game. Like, I was excited for this game because I like Harry Potter and I like the idea of walking around Hogwarts, free roam, do whatever the fuck I want, becoming a Slytherin, using unforgivable curses on all these fucking pussies out there. That's what I want to do. Like, that's really what I want to do. So I was already excited for it. What I am now going to do is buy it on PlayStation 5 and PC. So
Like I said last week on main event, we may just do a giveaway. I may just buy some extra copies and do some free giveaways here, because again, I'm going to do it because I'm gonna monetize these fools. You know what I mean? I'm not a Harry Potter person per se. I've kind of warmed up to the franchise in recent years, especially going to the theme park. It's fantastic. It really is. And
what they really hate is that JK Rowling made something they love. That's really why they're upset about this. Because like I feel like I grew up with Harry Potter. I feel like the books were like perfect for me as I was growing up. So I've always been a fan. But there's a lot of people out there that, especially in recent years, because JK Rowling's been like, oh yeah, Dumbledore, he was actually gay the whole time, which makes Dumbledore seem a little groomerish. But like she's come out and said all these things, like, of course Hermione could have been black, whatever. So it's like open it up to this whole crowd of people that just want to use it for whatever they want, these woke activists. And now that she has one opinion, not even that she doesn't support trans people, because she does. You can find tweets out there of her specifically saying, I support trans people. I would march with you in the streets. I support your right to exist in your rights. I just think there's a difference between biological women and trans women. That's all she says. And that's enough to make them do this.
These people are insane. So listen to this clown.
Upcoming Hogwarts Legacy game. Friends, colleagues, cohorts, the whole lot of you, I'm asking you very sincerely, please do not stream it. Don't make YouTube videos about it. Don't buy it. And don't bloody pre-order it. The reason being is that you may not be aware that by supporting this title, you are essentially aligning yourself with some really heinous transphobic values. JK Rowling, aka Joanne, has made it extremely clear that they see the success of this title as being vindication of their transphobic views. That, by this title doing well, that means that they were correct. And honestly, you just have to look on the Steam forums to see the kind of people that are cheering for this game. Please don't be among them. If you weren't aware of all this, I'll do a longer video after this to explain a bit more of the nuances, but I just had to say, please don't support this game. Please.
I'm just... Oh my God. I mean, what
4,000 comments to 1,400 likes.
Yeah, scroll down to see if you can find my comment where I destroyed him with some Alex Jones. How is my comment not there? There it is, right there. There we go.
This one has 25 oh no, that's impressive.
Yeah, mine should have more likes than anybody's. So so right there, Alex Jones, me and the squad going to buy Hogwarts Legacy. I mean, look, this type of guy, now he's already responded and he says, oh, it looks like I've upset the, whatever he refers to people that upset him.
Bots and bigots or something.
Yeah. So right there it is. Wow, I've pissed off a lot of bots and shite people yesterday. Might do a greatest hits of some of the comments. Anyway, it's what? I can't see that part. It's Rain
World. I think that's a game.
So this dude is a pathetic loser. He's a pathetic beta. And from what I understand, Hogwarts Legacy is already #1 in all the charts, even with his pre-sales. I mean, in the Steam
top
charts.
On Steam, top on PlayStation 5 and on Xbox officially today.
Yeah.
So not just in pre-orders, in terms of the game that's selling more copies right now than anything else on an hour-by-hour basis.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. And this game is going to be a mega success, and they're all going to cry. They're all going to play fake victims over it because that's what they do. And I'm just loving it. Again, I'm not sure how much interest I would have had in this game, if any. Like, I'm not a Harry Potter person, but the game does look pretty good. I will say that much. It looks pretty good. But with all of this attention, it's made me it's pulled me into it to go, now I gotta support this game and get involved with it to be part of the discussion and everything. And just knowing that all of these people, these really deranged people, are going to cry and I guess label me a lot of things just for buying a fucking video game. It's really a strange dynamic, but I'm loving every single second of it, man. It really is fun. So how are you going to handle this, Rippers? I know you can make content out of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, surprisingly enough, I don't know. Have I done a video on Hogwarts yet? I can't remember. I had been planning to at least discuss really the part that we were talking about kind of at the beginning, and that's the idea that I guess is most intriguing to me. You have someone that is a raging leftist herself that has seemed to, at least in comparison to most creatives in that space, has did at least their due diligence on their contractual kind of stuff, so they're at least getting kickbacks really with anything that sells with Harry Potter. So I mean, good on her for that. But yeah, to your point, she's a dipshit leftist, and having one position which they deem as unfavorable is enough for her to be labeled and seen as the enemy. And I think, if anything, the angle that I would like to take on that is just that it just goes to show that that side and that line side of the aisle is the deranged, they're fucking crazy. We all know that, but just it doesn't take much to deviate from them to where you become an enemy. And this is why, we continue to say, or I'll continue to say, like, basically anybody to the fucking, right of Bernie Sanders is considered an enemy to them, or to the right of fucking Stalin, or name whoever you want to name. But they will destroy you at some given point when you voice the opinions that differ from them. And this is why I think a lot of people, they like to think we're the miserable ones, but they're the ones that seem to have a lot of like legitimate emotional and psychological issues. And I think a lot of that stems from exactly that. You can imagine JK Rowling she's kind of aside from that, but you can imagine having to be among that hive mind where anything that you say will literally be used against you, and you can be presented as an enemy. So basically everybody's having a Mexican standoff and everybody's basically waiting to fucking cancel each other. And this is why so many of those fuckers, definitely those content creators that are generally leftists, go fucking crazy. This is why they have to take the breaks. They have to do all that shit because they have to put on a persona where they know any fucking slip up means they're done. They're fucking done. J.K. Rowling just got that fuck you money, so she just don't give a shit.
And she's not just a leftist, dude.
She's a
psychopath.
Yeah, she's like a legit
psychopath.
fucking like hard line fucking right alongside. Like she's about as batshit of a AOC level like leftist.
Yeah,
like she's fucking crazy, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And one opinion, and they're just ready to eat her alive. Mm-hmm. I really despise this woman. I really do. I'll never forget when she called I think she called PewDiePie like a fascist or something. She called him a Nazi, all this stuff, and she is crazy. So I have no sympathy for her. And I know every time this kind of happens with her, you see a lot of the conservatives, kind of like, oh, look, JK Rowling's getting attacked. It's like, bro, she hates your guts.
Oh, yeah, she fucking despises you.
Stop. She hates you. She hates all of you. And, but what do you think about all this, Rolo?
Well, I think it's always funny with JK because she really exposes these people for what they are, because like Ripa explained, there's no position that's really sacred except for the most extreme, and they're always going to move the goalposts. So I think that Harry Potter is one of those franchises that's so big, and since it still has the creator around and she defends it, that it kind of stands as an example where it shows the hypocrisy. First of all these people are fans. That's why they're pissed off about it, because there's one sacred cow that she violated because she's like a real feminist, and that just doesn't work out for them. So as soon as they have to deal with that, like how can I deal with this dichotomy of I love this property, I love Harry Potter, it means so much to me, but she goes against basically what the powers that be and what the entire culture is pushing with her position. So it's awesome to just watch the cycle constantly go there and them having to basically reconcile two different things in their mind all the time, because she basically threw them bone after bone with the Dumbledore thing, with Hermione and all of that. So she was willing to play the game up until basically the point of, well, I'm not going to deny reality. So that, oh my gosh. So she's crazy, but the one thing that she believes in is basically like physical reality or biological reality, and that's just too much for them. And it just exposes the irony of them, and it shows kind of the rift that you have with the culture. And I think that you're going to see that rift grow more and more. And it kind of shows how important entertainment really is, because the fact that she stands here with this franchise and she doesn't necessarily cave to this particular issue, even though she has in the past on other things, it kind of makes you think, man, if they could have done something, if we had like a George Lucas still around to defend Star Wars, or, you know, if Lord of the Rings could have really been defended by Tolkien's estate, like what would have happened? So I see that, and it's kind of interesting.
I don't think of it so much as her like bowing to some issue. She legitimately thinks everything she says. And I think you can tell that by just what she's done the past couple of years. She has fuck everybody money. And so at the very least, even somebody I completely fucking disagree with on nearly everything, I can at least have some respect for the fact that she's not virtue signaling. She actually, like, this is actually her fucking beliefs. And she's wiping her ass with toilet paper at this point. But yeah, like it's not like she's sitting there being wishy-washy because she's trying to bend whichever way the mob wants. She actually is like insane with some of her political views, but it is what she thinks.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, it's fun to watch it all play out. That's ultimately what this comes down to. And the game does look pretty good from what I've seen. It looks interesting. And as someone, again, and just to repeat, I'm not big on that world, but I've come to appreciate it more the more I've kind of looked into it. Like I said, the Universal Orlando is really what I'd seen the movies years ago, and I was just like, that's okay, I guess. And then I went to Universal Orlando with some of the crew, the park hopping crew, and I was just like, this fucking world is incredible. Like the attention to detail and the care that went into it. And a lot of that, it made me appreciate it even more because of how terrible Star Wars land is at Disney World. And so I was like, man, you know, this makes me more interested in this world. So then I went back and watched them again, and I really, really liked them a lot that time around. Started to really understand it more. And so this game does look cool from that perspective. If you're a fan of that world, I don't know how this can't just blow your mind, and how you can't look forward to exploring, an open world like that. So I guess we'll see how it all plays out, but it's damn sure interesting. And I'm going to be making a lot more content on this stuff because, damn, it's just fun. It's fun to watch these people. Basically, they're paid. They know they can play fake victims, because when this game does become a huge success, then they're just going to be talking about how tough it is for us to live in this world and all of this shit, because they have to be fake victims. And that's just a leftist tactic right there. But we did have a super chat earlier talking about the Steven Crowder video today. I don't know if this is like a $5 super chat. I don't know if you can find that one, Ryan, real quick. But
yeah, it says,
because we were talking, it was funny because we were talking about that backstage when you guys were talking about it in the chat. It was kind of, Rolo was like, I think they're reading your minds.
Yeah.
What was the comment?
It had to do with whether
was it about
speculating?
Daily Wire?
Speculating on who it was. Daily Wire,
Mike
the Blaze, or
Songer,
something.
Mike
like that.
Songer for $2 says, "Did you offer Steven Crowder a job?" And then, let's see, Chris Torby for $8. Did you guys catch Crowder's video today? If so, who do you think he's talking about? My money's on Daily Wire.
My money's on Daily Wire. That's just an assumption, though. Obviously, there's not a lot of prominent conservative places that would be able to give Steven Crowder any kind of deal. So obviously, I don't think it's Blaze, because he had a deal with Blaze and they worked that out. And he kind of mentioned in the video that it was once he became a free agent of sorts after Blaze. So I mean, I would assume it's Daily Wire, and Daily Wire is very, very much mainstream at this point. I like Daily Wire. We've collaborated with Daily Wire. I think we have a good relationship with Daily Wire, but I'm also not the biggest fan of Ben Shapiro. And I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of the stuff that they do. But I am a fan of other things, like everything they do with Gina Carano and some of the films they're doing and the projects they're working on. And they've been great to us. I'll say that much. But from a standpoint of if that is them, I think it's a bad look. But at the same time, I'm not the biggest fan of Crowder either. So I'll put that out there. I'm not a fan of a lot of these powerful conservative voices. However, just because I'm not a fan of someone doesn't mean I don't respect them. I have great respect for the Daily Wire, great respect for Ben Shapiro, and great respect for Steven Crowder. I have nothing against these guys. I fucking hate the leftist motherfuckers. But I at least I do respect a lot of these guys in that world from a certain perspective for sure. They've been good to us. But I think it's Daily Wire, but that's just a guess. I have no connection. I have no knowledge. I have no inside sources, but I think it's a Daily Wire. What do you guys think?
I didn't watch his full video. I only watched the snippet on Twitter. So I can't really, I guess, give a guess on to that. In terms of Daily Wire, it certainly could be Daily Wire. It could be like there's other conservative places out there. I mean, there's freaking Turning Point. There's cable organizations like Newsmax. There's
you consider
fucking Fox News.
Fox?
There's actually a decent amount out there. I think that far too often we get into this fucking fight between people, again, who probably agree with 90% of what we think and are probably doing much more to push most of the causes we want than not. And then because, say, Matt Walsh has a take on anime that you don't agree with, it's like, oh, look at all these people. They're actually the fucking real villains. It's like, yeah, guess what? If you fucking watch this channel, you're probably not going to agree with everything that Jeremy thinks. And if you do think that, you're probably going to be disappointed at some point. That's kind of how I feel about that shit in terms of, do I think those more establishment conservative media outlets should push the boundaries a little bit more? Absolutely. But that's because that's what I align with. I can tell you that sometimes my politics aren't in alignment with what the majority of the country is probably down with. I think Ripa could probably agree with that as well.
Well, to Ripa's point, though, I may say this before you jump in, Ripa, but like, there's no take that you can have that ain't going to get you heat.
Yeah.
It don't fucking exist, okay? I made hate videos on the Last of Us show leading into it, okay? Then I watched the show, and I'm like, hey, it was pretty fucking good. Now I got everybody calling me a fucking shill, saying I signed a fucking contract with Hollywood. Ripa didn't go see, but hang on. But then I didn't fucking, all my comments, not all, but, it's like, Ripa's got this the right way, Jeremy. He don't Then when Ripa didn't go see No Way Home, like, Ripa, why the fuck won't you? Yeah, like, you can't fucking win. All you can be is your fucking self. That's all you can be. Because his whole comment section was like, Ripper, we need you to go see this. He's like, I don't want to fucking see it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing.
I mean, it's even happening right now, right? Where these brainlets thought they had me on the post because I said I haven't watched fucking TV or movies since Black Widow. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so it's the same shit. It's like when I watched it and I would criticize it, I was why are you doing that? And then when I stopped, it's like, why are you doing it? It's like, which one? It doesn't matter. You're gonna lose depending on the audience. But yeah, this whole situation was I don't know, it's really interesting. And like to everybody's point, I know that people are gonna ask me about it, or had because of the Blaze connection and shit. But he if you watch the whole video, not the clip, and this is what unfortunately context just is lost. But if you watch the whole clip, where it's like 27 minutes, he specifically says, I want to make this separation now, and he wasn't talking about the Blaze, right? He said he became, obviously there were some things that they didn't agree with on the business side, but that part right there where he was talking about this new contract is something that has to do with whatever, with him being a free agent. Now I wonder if that was, I don't know, that's a weird thing, man. I just, in my experience and just telling y'all with, again, I've been reached out to basically by every platform myself about doing various stuff for people. And I wonder if it was one of those situations where whoever submitted the whether it be a pre-agreement or whatever, the terms was fucking retarded. And they like sent them something that they would just apply to just anybody. And if you listen to what Crowder was talking about, he keeps saying like these kids up and coming content creators. And that's almost what a lot of that looked like, right? That looked like a contract that some young person that really
they signed with every random person.
Yeah, it's like generic. Like, you don't give Steven Crowder that, but you would maybe give that to. I'm not saying that it's favorable. I'm just saying that seems like something that you would just pitch to some Joe Blow. You know what I mean? Where we're going to get basically most of the money for everything, and you're not bringing much to the table. We're the one putting you on. that's kind of just how it happens, right? And that's with really every entertainment industry. So I wonder if it was just a case of some like, hey, he's a free agent. We're just going to send him our usual kind of agreements, and this is just how they look like instead of doing I was like, I would hope someone's not that retarded, but maybe they are, to where they're like, all right, maybe they thought he was. I don't know if they thought it was like a desperation kind of thing. It's like, well, you're no longer with Blaze, so we can just kind of lowball you and fuck you over type shit. I don't know, but look, man, it's entertainment. If you learn, I've seen it across the entire spectrum of entertainment, just in what I've been able to accomplish over the last decade. A lot of these contracts are going to be unfavorable, which is why you got to have counsel to be able to just look that shit over and see what it is that, it actually says. But my gut feeling, I don't know who it is. Like, he says, like, you have no idea who the other major players, like, and he's right. Like, there's a lot of this is why I call like Republicans and a lot of these conservatives chicken shits, because there are a lot of them that maybe you don't see beyond, like, right in front of you, like that got a lot of money. We're talking billionaires, millionaires and billionaires that got a lot of fucking money that really ain't doing jack shit. You know what I mean? That call themselves or would like to think of themselves as conservatives. So it might not even be anybody that we're thinking about. But like, to Jeremy's point, there's a wide range of people that are seeing, a decent amount of success that are like calling themselves conservatives. So my gut feeling, though, just simply says that, look, man, it was a generic contract that just some retard didn't do their due diligence and just look over. But that may be just giving them too much credit.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think, Rollo?
I mean, when Ripa puts it like that, it makes me think less Daily Wire, more of like Fox News and OAN.
It could have very well been.
Yeah, because they, obviously they would be more the boomer conservatives. So I could see them doing something stupid like that. Like, I don't get it. Send it to my lawyer, and then the lawyer sends out a generic contract, and they're like, yeah, this is what everybody does because we're Fox News. We're the biggest channel like around. So like, what are you going to say? Yeah. And they would have the balls to do that to Crowder and like kind of disrespect him. Whereas I don't feel like just the relationship that Crowder has had with individual hosts, including Ben Shapiro. I feel like that would have been like, so like, I could see them do somebody like a stupid intern sending that out. And then Ben Shapiro being like, what the hell did you just do? And then like calling Steve and being like, hey, that wasn't really the deal. When Ripa puts it like that. So
yeah, it's true. It's definitely a good perspective on it too. It's interesting. Crowder's the biggest one of all of them. Like, he's huge. How many subs does he have? Like 5-6 million or something like that. Like, it's insane how big Crowder is. I do think the Daily Wire is bigger from a business standpoint. You know what I mean? Like, from all the inner workings and stuff like that. But Crowder on an individual level is it's insane how big he is. I don't think he gets recognized in that position for some reason. It's strange. I don't know. Maybe that's just me because I don't watch him regularly. But I just feel like Crowder doesn't get recognized as the big dog that he is in that world. Is that just me, or is that kind of fair to say?
Yeah, I think it has to do with the fact that he does more of like a day and morning show, and obviously it's comedy. So even now, like if you look in the conservative space, you never really had like a Jon Stewart or anybody like that. Now you've got Gutfeld on Fox, and I guess I would say that Crowder was kind of the first guy to do that. Even though Gutfeld's been around for a long time, Crowder's the one that really like made that a big thing. Like, I'm going to do skits, I'm going to talk shit and make fun of people kind of the same way that they make fun of us, and kind of turn it around. So yeah, I think he's kind of like,
I think a lot of it has to do with how much, because of the way that they were targeted monetization wise, they really stopped doing a lot of the content that made them blow up and started doing like an hour of streaming and then just exclusive Mug Club stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but even still, remember their election covers? They were bigger than anybody. Like, their election cover, they had the biggest.
They had great guests too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got like friggin' like Ted Cruz and stuff like that. They had big time people coming on with them as well. But that's kind of why I think it might feel like that way a little bit. And at times they would just disappear from YouTube for a fucking month because they'd be banned. So
yeah, that's true. That is true. But yeah, it's a good discussion, and ultimately we'll see how it all plays out. It sucks that that's the position that he's in, but it's the world we're in at the same time. So I don't really know why Crowder needs a deal with anybody else at this point, but You know, I mean, I guess you can always, do stuff, but I don't know, man. I'm not in like, and again, it's easy for me to speak from my position, but it's just like, I'm not interested in like a contract with another company. But at the same time, maybe if that deal comes and there's opportunities that I think can help Geeks and Gamers, then maybe I may change my tune. You know what I mean? I mean, I've said 1,000 times about how, sponsors, and we're not interested sponsors. Well, that's going to change. That's going to change very soon because we got some people that actually believe in us, and that's going to work for us with Geeks and Gamers headquarters. So there's always shifts that will happen, and I just, with his platform and his following, but at the same time, when you're constantly demonetized, I guess, and you have that many moving parts, you got to figure out how to pay for it in some shape, some way, shape, or form. I didn't even know he had it. This is how disconnected I am from Crowder. I didn't even know he was part of Blaze. I didn't even know he was part of Blaze. I had no idea.
Because he always kept like his independence, because it was always kind of like Blaze plus Steven Crowder. And he always kept the Mug Club like kind of
came over with the CRT. Remember, he was with CRTV, and then you had the Blaze kind of CRTV merger, I guess is what you can more so call it. And he was part of that. And there's still some people that are sticking around that came from the CRTV side of things. Some of them not, like everybody remembers like Gavin McGinnis and some other guys that kind of left once that split happened. But yeah, he was one of the ones that kind of stuck around. So yeah.
So we'll see how it all plays out, but pretty good stuff. All right, over on Rumble, we got JBM87 for $20 Rumble rant, says sending love from North Carolina. Hell yes. And Jay Schwalbach for $24 Rumble rant. Needed to do a Rumble support. Doesn't Crowder know that if he wants a deal with Geeks Gamers, he needs to go through Drunk 3PO? He's the gatekeeper. He will make the deal, not Shapiro. Hey, that is true. Jay makes all the deals with Geeks and Gamers. So if you guys are interested, you just tag him on Twitter, send him private messages. He makes all the calls. So don't even bring it to me, because Jay makes all the decisions. So just stress him out with any questions you have, Geeks and Gamers related, or just tag him. If anybody here just goes and tags Drunk 3PO, just to say hello to him, it would make his day. It really would. So just tag. And actually, if you want to tag his the other account that he doesn't use, if you have any important information for him, you might want to do that too. He really, really likes it though. So give him whatever attention you can. But thank you guys for the support over on Rumble. We appreciate it. There's Jay in the chat now. What? No. Did you see my response to him on Twitter, Ryan?
When he
asked about the copy of Hogwarts
Donald
Legacy?
Trump. Yeah, it was a Donald Trump one, right?
Pull that up real quick. Freaking dude, I've been waiting to use that one, and Jay sits there and does the perfect thing where I'm like, I can use this clip right now, because I was going to put this in our clips for StreamYards, and I was going to use it like when some troll comes in the chat or something. But of course, Jay makes it perfect. Just comes in there, ask a question, and it gives me the opportunity to use just a great clip from the 45th president of the United States of America. Let's see. Here we go. So there's Jay says, can you buy me a copy? And I respond with this.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. But I watch you a lot. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
It just works perfectly. I watch you a lot, and you ask a lot of stupid questions. Oh man, Ryan, do we got any super chats you want to catch before we move on to Velma?
Yeah, over on locals, Jay Schwalbach with a $69.60 tip. What's up, Jay? Over on here too.
Nice.
Here's some support for G Spot channel, an OnlyFans type channel where Jeremy cleans his apartment in a jockstrap and sings football themed songs. Make it happen.
What the fuck? No more football stuff for us. Ryan retired Tom Brady last night. Good job, Ryan.
Tom Brady's fucking done, man. I was there watching his ass. He's getting shit on for trying to trip somebody too. So I got a video on that.
Dude, honestly, That was fucking dirty. That was
That's what I
LeBron
said.
James level
I
shit,
saw it
dude.
live, and I was calling that bullshit out.
I didn't see that play live when it happened. I must have been doing something else at the time. But like I was watching Pat McAfee today. You were talking about it, and I'm like, dude, that is LeBron level dirty. That was dirty as fuck. Brady needs his ass beat for that.
The way I was like, if you're gonna try to defend it, about the only thing you can do is say, because I don't think anyone's gonna get hurt doing that. Just real. But you could be like, okay, if you're a DB and you got your ass fucking beat and you know it, and you know this guy's about to torch by you and score a touchdown, and you like tackle him pass interference wise, where you know you're gonna get a penalty, but you might save a touchdown. That's about the only way you can go about it, to like say that's a similar type of play, like intentionally violating the rules in order to maybe stop something worse from happening. But or like if you know your quarterback's about to get fucking wrecked and you're intentionally holding it, dude. But yeah, it was a dirty play for sure.
It was very dirty, very dirty. Like Brady should have just stayed retired at this point. His career and his reputation, and maybe a personal life would be a lot better shape. I don't know, but whatever.
Fuck Giselle.
So
he's got some big titty bitch now. So
Giselle was giving him some voodoo or something, man. That's how it was going on.
Pretty much. So
he wanted to prove he could do it on his own, just like Belichick.
JM the Elite Fan for $5. I tried pineapple on pizza for the first time tonight. I'm sorry, boys. Got to side with Gary. Pretty good, especially with chicken, ham, and green peppers. Green peppers are trash on a pizza. They're fucking pointless. They don't taste like anything. Go fuck yourself with your green peppers.
I agree.
Roast me as you will. Best of luck with the content house. Hit me up if you need a janitor.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, look, Gary's like, he's a big rock star and all that. He's still a fucking terrible. He has terrible taste in food. And his takes on pineapple pizza are just horrendous. So it's a good thing he's good at YouTube, because he's not a good food critic.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing I love my wife, because she's right there with Gary. I'm like, geez, Louise.
Joe's not allowed at the headquarters anymore. We're banning her. She's done.
Yeah, cheese pizza only for her.
Lug for $10. After Harry's frozen knob confession, I know there's a frostbite just waiting to happen from Chrissy. Now I know why Kate didn't lend Megan her chapstick. Yeah, Harry's been on record with some really fucked up stories. A lot of them are fake, I'm sure.
Speaking of fake, Gary's in the chat with his fake pineapple and pizza bullshit. So chat just needs to roast him for his pineapple and pizza takes. So
it's probably about split. It seems like a pretty
divisive topic. This is what I don't appreciate, okay? Because I'm happy. I'm happy for Gary and all of his success, and he's a rock star now. What I don't appreciate is the bigger his channel's gotten, the more I've seen that pineapple on pizza poll has become closer to 50-50, and that's bullshit. All right? That's bullshit. That's unacceptable. It used to be like 80-20, and now Gary's channel's gotten so big and his influence is changing. And it's really
most white people don't like it, but we're being erased from society. All right, that's really what's happening right now. All right, I'd put a poll up in the chat.
Pepperoni. It's the only way. I see you, Dominic.
It's not the only way. That is the best way. But there are a lot of different ways to eat pizza. Pineapple is just not one of them.
My buddy Dominic in the chat with a member message. Treat yourself, Jeremy. Pineapple, jalapenos, ham, mushrooms, pizza. I have had mushrooms before on pizza. I mean, like pepperoni sausage, mushrooms. That's not a bad pizza. But I just always pick pepperoni though, because it's pepperoni. That's the only reason. It's the only thing to have on a pizza. Occasionally some bacon, but pepperoni. It's the way to go.
I mean, meat lovers pizzas are good. I'll do like a chicken bacon, or not a chicken, like a barbecue chicken pizza from time to time. Like a buffalo chicken pizza from time to time. But yeah, for the most part, pepperoni all the way. Pepperoni sausage too.
Jerry said I wear man prees and Crocs. I mean, Crocs are awesome. I'm not wearing Crocs though. I'm wearing my slides. So, and I got my NBA pants on tonight. So, but I like Crocs. Crocs are cool.
Comfortable.
Okay. Jared the American for 2. My dog Louie is turning 2 tomorrow. T Louie is turning 2.
Nice.
Thank you, Jared the American.
It's awesome.
Lee
I
Kramer.
think Jared the American was asking on Twitter if there was going to be a Tuesday night's main event. Here we are.
Lee Kramer becomes a channel member. Thank you. Zenny Biscuit for 5. 20 plus years ago, my childhood friend couldn't get me into Harry Potter. All this stuff happens, and I'm making a skirt and a dress from Gryffindor fabric. Ah, look at that. There you go.
Nice.
The Gilk Man, member for 25 months. Much love to all geeks and gamers. Thank you for all you do for me and others. Hashtag I stand with geeks and gamers. Thank you for making it safe to be a geek.
What up, Thomas? Hope you're doing good, buddy. I hope you're doing good. And I just, Dominic said, Jeremy, I like Crocs. Crocs are cool. Literally everyone else. I got news for you.
Robert,
I mean, I honestly haven't worn Crocs in a long time, but the anti-Crocs narrative makes me want to wear them again.
They're for fucking like grandmas. That's who wears Crocs.
I'm pretty fucking old, okay?
I know,
dude, they charge
you're
you
still
like
a man, though, right? So I say it's for grandmas, and you're like, "Well, I'm old." What the fuck?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Look, I have a cool
Jeremy's
car.
gonna start not liking Hogwarts Legacy.
I have a cool car. I don't need anything else. I got a cool car. If I'm either driving my Z car or maybe selling the Z car and maybe driving something else very soon.
Ooh.
Maybe when I pull up in a fucking Shelby and wearing Crocs, who gives a fuck that I got Crocs on? I'm driving a fucking Shelby, okay? That's what I'll be driving.
But the problem is you're going to have to park so far away from wherever you're going because you don't want it to get scratched. So only first thing people see when you walk in somewhere is going to be you in your fucking torn jeans and Crocs. So that's what you haven't thought about.
Ryan knows me so well because
right.
I do. I park way the fuck out.
Ain't nobody going to see you with that Shelby. So it's not going to matter.
I don't know about Crocs. Okay, so Drunk 3PO took us out to the movies yesterday. And there was a Crocs store in the area. It was out in Disney Springs. And we went in there and like, first of all, like the freaking shoes are like $100. And it's like the slides are like 70, like the real shoes are like 100. And they charge you like $75 to $120 for some lady in the back to like hand paint this stuff. And it looks like shit anyway. So you're going to pay $200 for that stuff just because it's a Crocs in Disney. It's ridiculous, man. Like, I'm not going to do that. No, man. Screw the Crocs.
Yeah.
I'll buy some knockoff, man.
Robert Wiles, member for 10.
Ryan got me on the one, though. He parked so far away, nobody's going to see the car. That was good.
Robert Wiles, member for 10 months. I wish I could have sent you something cool, Jeremy, but I hope you like your gifts. Be blessed. And I'm proud of all you've done, and everyone be blessed.
Thank you, Robert. I actually do have that package. I have not opened it yet. I got it before I left. I'm gonna be back and forth between Pensacola and Orlando. But thank you, Robert. I appreciate you, buddy. I really do. Hope you're doing
read
well.
this, Jeremy.
Let's see. Crocs was partnering with RuPaul for an event with kids. Holy shit.
Sounds about right, because Crocs are just not shoes pretending to be shoes. So fucking stuck in the middle between shoes and sandals. Transitioning. Brian for 2. If anyone wears Velcro shoes, you know it'd be gay. Or you know it'd be Jay.
You said gay.
Whoops. Freudian slip.
I'll show you. Do you know what I wear more than anything, Ryan? Shoes. What do I wear more than anything?
Your shoes? Oh, those dumb boots, man.
I wear my camo waterproof boots everywhere. Hang on, I'll go get them.
Dude, I wear my 511 like tactical boots all the time.
Yeah, but his are like, I think he says they're nice, but they look like they're just from Walmart or something. And he wears them like, and he wears his torn like fucking whole jeans like on top. It just doesn't work. Sean Landrigan, it was a good Tuesday and it's about to get even better. Tuesday night's main event. Let's go. That's right. JS Pena for 2. Hype for Killer Clowns, the game. Hype. The Wheel Snakes. For
Here's
5.
what I wear. I wear this more than anything. I wear these more than anything.
Oh my gosh, they're worse than I thought.
Camo fucking boots, baby.
Bro, are you going turkey hunting?
So, I love these fucking boots, bro. Can JK
Oh man.
Somebody said, "What in the white people when I show my boots?"
Oh man, just for Jay, we gotta play the music, man. You gotta play the music for Jay. When Gary drops a super chat like that, it's bad.
He didn't send a fucking super chat.
Oh, was it? It was just a comment. Even worse. It wasn't even worth his money, man.
We got a $50 super chat from Ransam. Not Ransom, Ransam for 50. Ripa, was it hard to create a new IP?
I mean, yeah, I guess you could say that. I can see where that's difficult to do because, I mean, it's not just about creating it per se. I guess really everything surrounding it and launching it off the ground, because anybody can conceptualize something, but to then pull it off to have people embrace it is a completely different animal. So for sure, that's the difficult part of it for sure.
Gary is not wrong. I was just hoping to get a super chat out of him when I said that, and it worked. So he calls me a grifter for $20. I will just want to confirm this right now. I will take any and all negative comments as long as they're in the form of super chat. So thank you very much, Gary. Shout out, go subscribe to Nerdrotic. He basically was looking for a shout out from a big YouTuber like myself. So if you go subscribe to Nerdrotic, get him a few subs. He needs all the help he can get over there.
He's about to have double Geeks and Gamers subs soon.
Well, on the main channel, yeah, but I still have 10 channels that I can almost justify that we're within like 200,000 subs. So.
Yeah. The wheel.
Gary's gonna be the biggest like of all of us in this whole world in about a year. Maybe I don't know if he'll catch Drinker, but it's gonna be him and Drinker. It's gonna be him and Drinker. Those are gonna be the two biggest guys.
Yeah.
The Wheel Snakes for 5. I have a YouTube channel, The Wheel Snakes, but here's a question. Has YouTube made it harder for small channels?
I don't, it's so hard to determine that. I mean, like right now, if I started a new channel right now and I didn't tell anybody anything, I didn't like say Geeks and Gamers or anything like that, I could build a channel from scratch and it do okay based on the algorithm and all the shit that we know. The hardest thing for a creator starting a new channel is not knowing the YouTube system. That's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. Like, because there's a lot of metadata. There's a lot of things you have to follow, and you are relying upon the algorithm in a lot of ways. So, but that's just us. But I see other channels that have no kind of algorithm focus and they blow up. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just so hard to figure that whole thing out. But I think just going on the grind and figuring out what works for you is the most important thing. There's people, Robot Head. Remember Robot Head when he first made his first 15 videos? Like 3 of them had like 1 million views. You know what I mean? It's insane. It's insane. So it's all about just trial and error. I don't think it's any more harder or easier than it has been before. I think it all comes down to working through it and figuring out what works for you.
Like if you're putting out, say you started a channel and you want to do gaming and you're putting out like 5-hour videos of you doing a playthrough of something, probably not going to get a whole lot of views on that thing. You know what I mean? Because when people like trying out a new channel, they're going to, if they see your video, then they're going to look at the first like 10, 15, 30 seconds and be like, is this something I want to stick around for? 5-hour video, a guy doesn't even really know how to introduce himself. That's not really fast paced. I'll go on to something else. That's not very algorithm friendly. So it's just kind of about figuring out what works on YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, I think some of my worst videos are some of my best performing videos. Some of my best videos are some of the lowest performing videos. Because that's just how it's worked for us. The more work we put into videos, the less they perform. That's just reality of it. Then if I just sit down for 10 minutes, I can get 100,000 views if I know if the topic is there. But that's why we have 10 YouTube channels now, so that we can experiment in other channels. But YouTube does not reward diversity of content. It just doesn't. The algorithm does not reward it. It absolutely doesn't. It also doesn't allow you to take time off because you're constantly thinking, oh, I got to upload a video. I got to stay ahead of this. I got to stay ahead of that. And it can burn you out. I've been burnt out. I don't make the Ryan is me in 2019 now. Ryan and Josiah are crushing it. They're just pushing out videos like crazy. That's what I was doing in 2019, 2018, 2019, probably into 2020. I don't do what I used to do, but that's just it's YouTube does not, it's not a very, it's not an easy gig, but at the same time, it is a very easy gig if you've had real jobs like me, because I've had a real job for a long time, and this is easy compared to all that, but it's still not easy. You know, if you're just looking at it for what's right in front of you, there's a lot of work that goes into it to understand how it works.
And Ninja Dog said that Az streams Witcher 3 for 9 hours and we watch. You watch because you're already part of his audience.
Yeah.
Yes.
If that was how he, like, if someone today, now that was something that actually did work fucking 10 years ago, because there wasn't this massive amount of gaming content online. So like the first people that got into that, they were just posting like playthroughs and stuff like that. The first people that got in that space were able to get big on those types of things. It's just not the case anymore. And I bet even Az would tell you, he does so much streaming now that it does affect how his channel gains subs and things like that. If you talk to him, I would imagine.
No, he knows that. Like his channel has taken a hit because of the streaming and stuff like that. This channel's probably taken a hit because of a lot of the streams I leave public now, whether it's the Mario Kart streams or even this one. But that's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it, man. There really isn't. It's whatever works out for everybody else. So,
Marcus Henry for 5. Jeremy, Rolos are weird.
I like it.
I've never actually had Rolos before.
They suck. Mike Songer for 2. We read that one. Big Raj, thumbs up, super sticker. Thank you, Big Raj. Captain 44 for becomes a channel member. I like how for me it just says it's unnamed. That's the membership tier.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Matt H, member for 7 months, says hail TNME. Thank you. Steven Lanudo for 5. Rippa needs more stairs in the next issue. Needs to have Isom fight some stairs.
Oh man, for the people that don't understand that, you'd have to see our last stream. We had a guy that was on Jesus Christ, that was griping about the stairs of a one scene, and it became very aware this guy's just nitpicking. It wasn't even anything. He was just confused. He said something. I didn't know if these were the stairs she was walking down or I was like, what the fuck? What? So yeah. Maybe we'll put have ice on fighting stairs as a little.
Let me highlight this right quick. Respect you guys because you have worked at jobs in the real world and built this platform for yourselves to be successful. It's really cool and you deserve it. Well, appreciate that. And I've talked about this. I mean, I see like these, I don't know, man. I see creators with like the 19, 20 years old. They got more fucking subscribers than I'll ever have in my life. And they're talking about like how hard it is, how stressful it is. It's like you're driving a fucking Ferrari and you have a house bigger than anything I've ever seen in my life. And you're fucking crying over being stressed out. And the reason is because those people have never had a real job.
Yep.
Especially like the Twitch streamers who
yes
are like only stream like a couple hours every month or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so, I mean, it took me a long time to get to where I am. And I'm glad that it took the grind to get here because I appreciate everything I have. And it makes me just want to work harder for it and keep striving. But if I didn't have if I didn't have real world jobs for 15 years and going through all of that, I'm not sure I'd be as prepared as I am now. And so I think that those real life experiences are important and they develop you and they help you. And so I'm glad that we didn't see success overnight or anything like that. I'm glad it took a long time. And I think that's a problem with a lot of these people with how they seem to think that their life is hard because you have 2 million fucking followers and millions of dollars and you're 20 years old. Like, shut the fuck up.
And also, if that ever stops or changes or whatever, they lose everything, and like, what's your what do you do?
Yeah, you fall back.
What are your skills? Like,
Yeah.
what can't you know what I mean? So,
Yep. I'll drive a forklift, baby. Tomorrow, I'm certified, OSHA certified driver and trainer. I will go back to driving a forklift, and I'll be happy as hell doing it. Forklift drivers for the win.
I'll go back to operating nuclear reactors. I won't be happy, but I'm not really happy now either. So whatever.
I won't be happy either. I'll go work for I got a degree in electrical engineering. I'll go work for Lockheed Martin or something. I don't know. It won't be as fun though.
What's up, Chris Gore? Chris Gore in the chat. Where is he at? Jeremy, speaking truth, everybody should have more than a few terrible jobs to gain skills and builds character. Yeah, and dude, man, some of the jobs I worked, one of the hardest jobs I had was I've worked I worked roofing, which is fucking horrendous.
That's awful.
It's terrible.
Yeah. I've had to put a roof on 2 houses, and it was fucking miserable.
But I didn't do that for the long term. But if you're talking about an actual job that I had that was with a company, and I worked there for a while. I worked for a company named Alsco, which they do the deliveries to restaurants and uniforms. They pick up the dirty laundry and the dirty rags and all that shit. You know what I mean? But you go to these restaurants and they have these plastic tubs. So you have a truck, basically the size of the Frito-Lay trucks or something, or the bread truck. You have this truck and you have to go to these. My route was going to the restaurants, and I think I had 30 or 40 stops a day. So if it was raining, you would have to go pick up this dirty laundry that was outside in a plastic hamper outside, loaded down with these bags. So it would rain with filthy laundry, from whether it was their smock or whether it was the rags or towels, and then there was roaches in it, and then you would have to dig through that and pick these bags up and throw them into your truck. It was fucking terrible. 40 fucking stops. Holy shit, man. It is a brutal job. It'll put you in shape. I'll tell you that. But holy crap, man, that is a workout. It will kick your ass. That was a terrible, terrible job, though. So, I would be eating my lunch in my truck in between stops, just seeing roaches running around. Because, it's you're throwing roaches in your fucking vehicle with the bags that you're taking. Oh, it was awful. But,
For the Emperor for $10. There was a typo in my Mario Kart super chat. I dropped from 325 to 290, not 190. Just wanted to fix that. I plan to get down to about 220. Not rushing. I want to do it right and keep it off. There you go. Impressive nonetheless. Well, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
That would be a big drop, though. 325 to 190.
Drunk 3PO.
That is a big drop. What did Jay say?
My first job was at a movie theater, and I got fired for letting my friends in for free. my first job was at Blockbuster Video, man.
Ooh,
yeah,
dude,
that was man.
I don't think the kids understand that was the most happening fucking place.
Oh,
Friday
dude,
night.
I got 5 free rentals a week. I could use it on video games, even video games that had accessories like Guitar Hero and shit like that. You could get the guitar for a week. People hated me. But I remember one day, this memory was really distinct. So I lived in South Florida for decades already. And Trick Daddy came into our Blockbuster. Trick Daddy was a rapper back in the day.
What?
Don't recognize. Don't remember Trick Daddy.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So Trick Daddy came in. He actually lived in my neighborhood. He had a couple of houses in the area, and he lived in one side of my neighborhood. I used to see him with his crazy lowrider on 22s. So he showed up one day. Dude smells like he just hotboxed for hours. So he walks in, you just smell the weed right away, and you're like, "Holy crap, who the hell is that?" And it was "Oh shit, it's Trick Daddy." So he comes in, he's like, "I got some late fees," and I look in the computer. He had $65 in late fees. He's like, "I'm just gonna buy all the movies. I lost them all. I'm not giving them back." And then he goes to the candy rack and he takes half of it and he just spills it into a bag, multiple bags, and he's just like, "I'll take all this." Dude bought $50 or $60 worth of candy on top of that. I was like, what the hell just happened? And people were like, "Was that Trick Daddy?" I was like, "Yep." That's him.
I mean, Trick Daddy did do that Sugar song. So
Yeah.
I mean, he must have liked that entire thing's just talking about how women are like candy. So he probably likes both of them.
Did the other one take it to the one was the basketball music video?
Yeah, that's the MI8. Take it to
Yeah,
the
yeah, that was a good song too. So, and he had like a diamond plated AK or whatever. Like he always bragged about it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't have access on this computer, Ryan. So go for it.
K-Biz for $2,500 over on Streamlabs.
Holy.
That's a lot of money. A little something for
I gotta get Ripa's got to do with that ain't cheap. I mean,
ain't cheap. That's a lot of money right there.
Oh man,
that ain't cheap.
That's like enough to draw yourself into a Ripaverse panel. Be good, you guys, kicking ass. Thank you, K-Biz. Appreciate it,
K-Biz, like again, man. This project has been something we've been talking about for years. Ryan actually put a lot of pressure on me because he called me up when he got out of the building. He's like, "How serious are you about Orlando?" I'm like, "I'm fucking serious." Now, just a little insight into me. I speak some things into existence sometimes with how I run Geeks and Gamers in terms of like things I want us to do, things I want us to accomplish. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time, but I work towards it. I kind of set a goal for myself, publicly kind of put it out there to kind of strive to reach it. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm like, I want to be in Orlando, I want us to be set up in Orlando. That's where I want the headquarters to be. I have no idea how I'm going to make it happen. Okay. But that's what so Ryan's like, how serious are you about Orlando? I'm like, I'm serious. I want to be in Orlando. He's like, you're committed. This is where you want to be for Geeks and Gamers. I'm like, yes. He goes, okay, I'm going to buy a house. I'm going to move there. I'm like, oh shit. That's a big commitment, bro. I hope I'm able to follow through. And here we are. And so thank you, K-Biz. Thank you to everybody in the chat. All of you, like all of what you do helps us. Again, no one has to feel obligated, but because whether you're here watching, lurking, commenting, liking, just keeping up in the chat, it all matters. It all matters. And I really greatly appreciate every single one of you. I didn't think that this is for all these people that hate me, dude. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm so far ahead of where I should be in life. If it all ended today, bro, it would be I would have the greatest life ever. You know, I've got support of a great family, great friends, great colleagues, supporters in the chat. I got fucking Eric July's phone number. I can call him anytime. That's how great my life is. Okay. So it's good, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's nothing but love. So I appreciate all you guys.
Hell yes.
And then Rolo and Joe put more pressure on too, because they're like, hey, we're gonna move too, because you say you're gonna be like, shit. Everybody's moving.
And it was crazy. Like, I really put the pressure on Jeremy. I was like, so Jeremy, I'm like moving like next week. And he was like, what? I was like, yeah, I got a house before you did.
I was like, damn it, man.
And then Joe and I were running around like real estate agents, helping out too, trying to find a place. So it was good. We found the perfect place, I think, for the HQ. So
but thank you so much, K-Biz. I appreciate you, buddy.
Hayden for $50. Jeremy, I agree. I love being a forklift operator. Scariest thing I ever did was moving a $250,000 light for a concert that was made for Michael Jackson's final tour before he passed.
Wow.
Had to move it in tandem with another forklift. Beer delivery was a bitch too.
Wow. Yeah.
We used to. So obviously, working on nuclear reactors, there's a lot of pretty expensive equipment that's associated with it. The government's buying all of it. But I just watched somebody straight up trip and drop a $250,000 circuit card. You just fucking hit the floor, and we're like, well, guess we need to order another one.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got a story.
I've seen a lot of damage.
I got a story. Equipment. I got a story like that. So I had a job where I had to go fix medical equipment once, and I got hired and they're like, well, we're going to send you to training and all this stuff out and everything. And then first day on the job, I haven't gotten any training. They're like, we need you to go fix this like CT machine. I'm like, I've never even seen this thing before. It's like, don't worry. They're going to call you on the phone. They'll walk you through it. So this engineer is like on the phone with me. He's trying to walk me through, and he's like, okay, So get the power on. I want you to read the voltage over here, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, okay, so touch this wire. And then I do it. And then he's like, wait a second. I screwed up. Like you didn't do that yet, did you? And I was like, yeah, I did. And then I smell like burning. I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, fuck, we just fried the machine. And I was like, son of a bitch. I was like, how much is this? It's gonna be like $50,000. I was like, what the? And it's like, don't worry, it's not your fault. You did exactly what I told you to. My boss laughed about it. He was like, dude, they told you to do it. So I mean, it's not your fault.
Damn.
But yeah, I was like, dude, that was ridiculous.
People don't really like, man, when it comes to the forklift stuff, like it's why you can't hire just clowns. Like, look at some of the videos. You make one wrong move on a forklift at a warehouse, you can severely injure.
You can lose. Like, it's not even just that. I mean, obviously the inventory, just that.
Yes,
you can fucking destroy. Like with one fucked up move, bro.
Yeah.
How many closed calls have you had with your in your warehouse?
We haven't had any. Believe it. Well, I mean, we've had some like what the fucks, but like nothing like definitely with our lift. We haven't had anything crazy. I'm the Brandon operates it every now and then. We haven't had any like crazy calls with the.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter too much for you because the way you store your comics, you just fucking ruin them anyway. So like, it wouldn't matter.
I just put it in the tote. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah, I mean, I worked for Home Depot for a while, and we had 3 different forklift variations there. We had the standard forklift, then we had the reach truck, and then an order picker. And the reach truck was my favorite to drive. That was more of a standing up vehicle. But when you would get like over in with the concrete, and when concrete was on the very, very top, you usually want to use Bertha, the big forklift for that one. But when it wasn't available, we used the reach truck. And if you lift those forks all the way to the top and get some of that heavy concrete, when you pick up on it, the ass end just lifts up just a little bit. And let me tell you what, holy shit, man. It is.
That clench a bit
disaster, bro.
It ain't fun. It's scary as hell. But yeah, man. I miss working in warehouses. I work retail, so I worked grocery stores for a long time. My first job was a place called Food World, which is part of the Bruno's company, a Southeast, grocery store chain. And so that's kind of where I got, a lot of like, dude, man, I was back in like the late 90s when I got my first job. We used to be able to beat shoplifters' asses. It was so great. Now you can't even confront them. You can't even stop a fucking shoplifter. Yeah. Like we used to, I had a store manager.
When I worked at Walmart, we were like instructed we couldn't.
Yeah, you can't even confront
him. It could be a lawsuit. Yeah,
I had my store manager at Food World. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was fucking badass. But he was a big professional wrestling fan. So every time he was a big dude. So every time we'd get a shoplifter, man, he was pulling wrestling moves on him. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like 18, 19 years old, my first job. I'm like, these motherfuckers are crazy. And it was awesome. Just like years into it, that I kind of learned the process, But there was like one guy, like he was back in the day in grocery stores, cigarettes and tobacco were on the sales floor. They weren't like locked up behind the counter. So this guy, essentially how our protocol was back in the day, because there wasn't like cameras all over the store. If we see someone pick something up, if they looked shady, if we profiled people, because we did that all the time. But so if somebody comes in the store, looks shady, we would see if they pick some cigarettes up. So the protocol would be, don't follow them. Just wait and watch the location. So cigarettes, just watch the location. They picked up cigarettes. They're walking around the store. They come up front and they don't have the cigarettes. You ask them, where are the cigarettes? And then if they go, I'll put them back on the shelf. No, the fuck you didn't, because we watched. So where did you set them down? And of course, 9 times out of 10, they stuffed them. But this one guy, he comes up there and he hadn't had the cigarettes in his hand anymore. My store manager's like, where's some cigarettes? He goes, I ain't got no cigarettes, man. And you could see he had stuffed right down the front of his pants. He goes, what is that? He goes, that's my dick. You want to grab it? So the store manager like grabs him by the neck, turns him around, And he's like, we got to go to the office to have a talk. And he looks and he pushes the guy and he goes, he's running, go get him. And then he tackles him. I'm like, holy fuck, this is awesome. Now we live in this pussified world where you can't even confront a shoplifter now. Thank you, Gavin Newsom and the Democrats. But, you know, whatever.
That's crazy.
I miss the old days, though, man. Miss the old days. But it is what it is now. That's a good trip down memory lane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of random shit today. Hussein Hassan for 9 pounds. Hello, Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers. My name's Hussein Hassan. I don't think Ripa remembers me, but he's the reason why I got up and I'm currently creating my comic book universe. Just want to thank you guys. And then for another 2 pounds, says the universe is called Region Comics.
Nice.
Oh, shout out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations. And
cool.
I mean, you know, I know Ripa's here. He can speak for himself, but it's, you know, this is what he wants. He wants to inspire other people to do it. He don't want to be the only party in town. Because you know what? We're all fucked if he's the only party in town. Not because he's not good at what he's doing, but you know, he wants to inspire more people, and that's good, man. So hope you can go out there and kick ass. That'd be great. Because I think, I think you want nothing more than somebody to break your record just so you can just so you can go break their record after they break yours.
I'm all about that, man. Someone come by, does what I can and does it better, man. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for that shit.
Because that tells you that the industry and the opportunity continues to be strong, you know, to go out there and create your own shit. And that's why with me, like I know, like watching YouTube all those years ago when I was, you know, I just would watch places like Collider and a lot of the old school places. Those guys never, like, I don't know, man, it was weird. And I don't want to speak for them, so I'm just going to speak from afar as a viewer per se. I felt like there was a jealousy with a lot of these guys, and I don't know. They just seemed really strange about promoting other people or giving people credit. And they had this, I want to be the first to see this movie so I can get my review out. And like, for me, like, I don't understand that mentality. YouTube's big enough for everybody. So when I see people crushing it, I don't have a single bit of jealousy. Like Ryan and Josiah's channels are crushing right now. Gary is just going into another galaxy. You know what I mean? That is inspiring to me because it just shows me that there's so much opportunity out there, and it helps motivate. So I think that's why we've all done so well on our own in our individual efforts, because we all try to support each other and there's not a lot of jealousy. But if you go back prior to Force Awakens and a lot of the guys that were in this space, it was like a dog eat dog world. They just wanted their own and they didn't want to help anybody else. And they were always jealous because somebody else got the movie premiere. And it was the who can suck Mickey's dick the best back in the day, so I can get I can get into the press passes. I can get into
my
the
ass
events,
as a Star Wars fan.
Exactly. So yeah, man, we got a cool group of people around.
Eric for 20. At first, I was just going to get Hogwarts Legacy. Then they told me to boycott. So I decided to get the deluxe edition. Then they told me I'm a transphobe if I get it. Well, I guess I can gift a copy to my roommate now too.
It's wild, man. It's wild. They just keep changing everything.
Hayden for 5.
That's what they do.
This guy convinced me to pre-order Hogwarts Legacy. Nice. Taters Vivo, 2 months, says 2 months. Pog, and got my bisexual lighting for another banger Tuesday night. Also, Ginger Vitus looks like he's reading off a script. Probably had some bullet points laid out.
Yeah.
Joe Musashi for 5. I was only going to get Like a Dragon Aishin next month, but after the woke mobs crying about Hogwarts Legacy, I'm getting 2 games next month. Win. There you go. X-Wing. What's up, X-Wing for 5? Essentially aligning yourself. This is how they try to threaten you. You should not feel threatened. See you on the Quidditch pitch. Yes. I'm looking forward to playing the fuck out of that game. Especially if a bunch of these woke Twitch streamers are going to boycott it. I'll just fucking play it. Yeah. Carlos Navarro for 20. I guess Isam. Let's see. I guess Isam was in the wrong place at the wrong time when Yaira chokeslams Isam through a car. Here's $20 for Isam Volume 2 and Yaira Volume 1.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Ryan?
Yes.
Yeah.
My screen is completely frozen, so I can't do anything. I'm just going to refresh it. It may kick me for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Darian Murphy for 5. Speaking of JK Rowling and the transgender stuff, Mr. Rogers is based. Check out this YouTube short. Search Mr. Rogers, Boys Are Boys. I think I've seen that before, if I remember. But yeah, Mr. Rogers is pretty based. Agent X for 2. Hey guys, Attack on Titan Part 3 trailer came out and it's fire. Nice.
Ooh.
Low watermark in the chat with 50 gift memberships.
Wow.
50. That's a fucking lot. A 50 bomb.
Man, dropping it on the table right there.
That's right. Putting his dick out. He says, my dick is 50 gift memberships big. Thank you, Low Watermark. You're fucking awesome, man. Shout out to everybody who just got green. Everybody got green in the chat because of Low Watermark. Where am I? Revenge of the Netherrealm. I'm going to buy the game only because Harry Potter's fun, even though Rowling's a bit of a blockhead. And no, Jeremy, she won't be your sugar mama. JK, LOL. Larry, G&G getting serious with the new HQ. Best wishes on all your success. Be yourselves as always. We're here to support any and everything you do. Thank you, Larry. Marcus Henry for 10. Is it wrong that Brett Cooper's my favorite commenter on Daily Wire, even though she's the newest one? I feel like she's more in touch with culture than the rest. She does what a lot of like Twitch streamers and shit like that are doing, just reacts to a lot of fucking stuff. So that's probably why it seems that way. Titty Smacker for $3 over on Streamlabs. Velma is a fucking joke. Love these streams, by the way.
Titty Smacker. That's how I walk back in. Did you get low watermark?
I did.
Low watermark. 50 gifted memberships. It's so nice to have gift. I'm never going to stop being excited to have gifted memberships. I'm so happy about it. Thank you, Low Watermark. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, but to Titty Smacker's point, Velma has been an absolute dumpster fire.
We need to talk about it. So
I think we all knew when we saw the first promotional trailer for Velma, when it was a race swapped Velma and all the little monologue was talking about was shitting on fans. Right. Yeah. At that point in time, it was pretty clear this is going to be bad. We've seen this song and dance before. The trailer got ratioed. The comment section got annihilated. And then even in the lead up, the trailer that got released a day before, like that got even a worse ratio. They limited comments on it. They wouldn't allow you to comment on that YouTube video because they knew how bad it would be. And sure enough, Velma is here and it's pretty freaking bad. A 6% audience score. 6% audience score. It just goes down and down and down. And it's not like the critics really love this thing. The 21 people have decided it's worth their time. It's sitting at a 57% critic score. But this is what happens. And as it turns out, basically all the cast is race swapped. There's really, if you didn't know that the show is called Velma and it was connected to Scooby-Doo universe, you'd have no idea because these characters aren't those characters. There's no Scooby-Doo. And it's just, it has nothing to do with the IP that it's supposedly based off.
I mean, have you watched? How much have you watched?
The first episode. That's it.
How bad is the first episode? Because is it worse than Witcher Blood Origin first episode?
It's tough to compare,
and that's probably a hard thing to compare.
So it's in the same like realm as Santa Inc. You know what I mean? Like that's the realm that it's at with some of the humor and like every 2 sentences has to be some sort of meta narrative, and it's unfunny. And I mean, they hate white people, obviously. You know, who doesn't at this point? But yeah, I mean, it's been bad, and they're getting hate from both sides because it's like, hey, look, we race swapped all these characters, but some of the woke people are like, there was too much stereotypical humor about Asia or about Indian women in this. How dare you? You know what I mean? So even the crowd that is supposed to be pandering to is pissed off over it. There's even some leftists, some woke lunatics that are saying it's actually like a right-wing psyop, that Mindy Kaling's actually a conservative and that she's doing this to basically show how woke things are bad, something like that. It's crazy the amount of speculation that's out there right now.
That is wild. I have this one just because I've been so busy with you know everything. This thing has not really been on my radar much. I need to look into it. I definitely want to make some videos on it. But it's just unbelievably bad. Now I did see something. Is there some kind of deal with the Scooby-Doo being in the show or something? And that
has not been confirmed. There's one screenshot of a tweet that this Reddit post or a tweet that gets floating around that they're gonna have a black chick named Scooby with an I in it.
No.
So I don't know if you want to go that route with that. I don't know if you want to go that route with it. But they already Shaggy is his government name, Norville. He doesn't have shaggy hair, and he's fucking black. Made him a pothead and a beta. So it's
bro,
so
listen
bad.
to me. Listen to me. We went from Last Jedi to everybody just going, you guys are just making up this stuff that they're gonna do. It's like, dude, they've gone so far beyond the predictions we had. Holy shit. It is significantly worse than our worst case scenarios back then. Obviously, as they've moved the amount of crazy we've got to the point where, like, dude, they're gonna make everything, this way. But going back to The Last Jedi, you're like, okay, shit's bad. This is awful. And they're pushing identity politics, yada. Dude, it's so far beyond where we thought it would go now. Holy crap. I mean, Scooby-Doo might be a black chick.
I think it's gotten to the point where I think this one highlights it a lot more than other ones. Like other ones, you want to latch on to kind of an existing IP to push your agenda because you have no other way for your ideas to stand on their own. So you have to piggyback it on something else. This one almost seems like a blatant, like, fuck you to like Scooby fans or like anybody that liked all this stuff. Like, screw your past. I'm here to just like kick it over. I'm not even going to try to make it good to my own folks. I'm just going to make it bad just to critique this in kind of almost like a malicious way because it's not funny. It's like completely subverted everything, but it's so over the top. And like you said, where if people on the left are thinking it's a psyop, it almost shows like it was intentionally created to basically be bad and just to be like, well, this, Scooby-Doo sucks. And I hate everybody that likes Scooby-Doo. It's almost like Minda Kaling grew up, all her friends like Scooby-Doo and she didn't like it. And they were like, well, you suck because you don't like Scooby-Doo. And she's like, well, now I'm going to just make a show to shit on Scooby-Doo just because I hate all those people. That's like how it almost seems. And a lot more IPs are coming out. Well, a lot more of the subversion of IPs are coming out that way, where it's almost like this person has a bone to pick with like the audience and the fan base at that point. I feel like this one's kind of one of those, but maybe I'm reading too much into it.
Probably not. At this point in time, I guess, yeah, I definitely want to look into it and cover it a little bit here on the channel. So it's just, man, this stuff's exhausting at some point because these people they're just terrible people. They really are. Mm-hmm. So, hello.
Wait,
well, you leaned forward and I didn't know. Usually,
I didn't have anything to say. It's Rippa's turn to talk.
He's fucking eating. Rippa's trying to eat over there, man.
I'm down to 2 screens. Usually I have 3, so I had something up covering you guys as you were talking. So I just thought Rippa was going to talk.
I saw Ryan kind of leave. I was like, okay, well, Ryan's going to jump in. Like,
oh man, that's fucking. No, I mean, shit, dude. The audience score I expect it to be bad, but there are some things that are so bad that even the shield media and the people that usually would co-sign this sort of stuff out of spite, when it's so bad that they can't. And yeah, I have seen these posts where like people are like, oh, it's so bad. I saw some folk saying that chick was like a closeted conservative, or not even closeted, but that she was conservative, and all this stuff. It's like, man, it has to be fucking terrible for them to be believing that is certainly the case, that it's not just, bad. There has to be something else up because they don't dislike it. What I hate about that shit is that really these guys think that they are the beacon of like what is good and what is bad. So when they dislike something, it's it's legitimate, right? It has to be bad. But when folks that I guess they don't agree with on certain topics dislike something, well, it's that your hate watching rage tubers don't like anything, saying shit to like rile up fans and all this other fucking nonsense. But I think just folks on our side have been calling this for what it is. And to Jeremy's point, it's just blatant and obvious now that they've gotten that cocky that it's just so outrageous that it can't really be defended anymore. It's just what it is, a spiteful dog shit. That's all it is.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just wild that we've again, it's hard to process how bad it's gotten and how I don't think we're done. I think it's going to get significantly worse because one of my lines that I've been using for about 2 years now, just when you think that they can't get any worse, they will make it significantly worse. And I think that it's still going to go crazy with some of the decisions they're making. So I guess just sit back, monetize these stupid idiots, keep moving forward because these clowns are just terrible.
I agree. And it's been, hey, listen, there's rumors of them like greenlighting a season 2 out there. Go for it. If I can just keep throwing money away, that's perfectly fine with me. And then I'll make more videos on it. It's fucking awful, but it's good to see the just resounding unification of everybody across the political spectrum. Men, women, people on the right, people on the left. They're like, this is fucking trash. Although we have different reasons for hating it.
I did see a comment I highlighted earlier from the real Steven TV. Hope there's going to be a tour of Geeks Gamers headquarters. There will be. I don't know. I can't tell you when, but after we get everything set up, you're going to see a lot of vlogging from a lot of the stuff that we're going to be doing. I know a lot of people enjoyed the vlogs that we did for Geeks Gamers clips. I really kind of feel like we missed a great opportunity by not putting those on the main channel because those were some great videos. They did really well on that channel. So I'm probably going to be putting the vlogs. I don't know if they'll be daily, but there'll be multiple ones every week. They may be daily, but I'm thinking on the main channel because I think you guys would, it'll give a whole different perspective of what we are. One thing that when Stuttering Craig came here to the house, he was because Craig was kind of new to seeing Geeks and Gamers and everything. He did a little bit of research, and one thing he told me was he said, there's things people say about Geeks and Gamers. He said, now I'm here, and I'm seeing all of you guys, and this is just like the most genuine group of people I've ever been around. This is nothing like what people say about you online, and how do we change that? How do you change that? And I think just showing the vlogs and showing a different perspective doesn't mean we're going to stop doing what we do because we are who we are. But I think giving more context to it is something we can utilize. And that's part of the plan here. So looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yep. Over on Rumble, Mark of Reality for 5. I canceled The Blaze when Crowder announced he wasn't coming back. And I canceled HBO Max 5 minutes after Velma. There you go. Stephen Wasick for 10. Watched Az and Jane Theory's analysis of Last of Us 2, and I didn't think it was good. Joel's a subservient beta. Ellie's a brat, and all the women run the show, so to speak. Az gave it a 5 out of 10. Jane gave it a 4. Fuck Naughty Dog.
Well, fuck Naughty Dog forever. I watched Az and Jane Theory's breakdown on it too, and I don't disagree with some of their takes for sure. I did like The Last of Us, and I had to. There was no way after I crushed this show prior to it coming out, there was no way that I couldn't, own up to it when I enjoyed it. So do I think the show's going to be good in the long haul? No. I have no faith in it beyond the first episode. But as I said, all I can do is be honest. And all I can do is say, hey, this is not what I thought it was up to this point. They did a good job, I thought, of honoring the game and making it interesting. I thought it was really good. But I hate Naughty Dog. I hate Neil Druckmann. Pedro Pascal doesn't like me. He's made that very clear on Twitter. And I don't like him. That's okay too. But the second half of the show, as I said in my video, that was where it did feel weird after you got that opening scene that they recreated, added more context to it. The race swapping is nonsensical. And we know that Naughty Dog is woke. We know that. And so I don't have a lot of faith in the show moving forward, but when you, at least it's a subjective opinion, but I 100% feel I was wrong when I said this show was just a complete disaster and it wasn't going to be anything. It was very enjoyable, that first episode. So all I can do is own that, and I did. So
I'm not going to be watching Last of Us. I'm not going to get pulled into this because the first episode was good bullshit. This is a fucking company that knows exactly what people want. They know exactly what people want, and they know how to do it right, but they choose not to. They knew exactly what would get people to buy Last of Us 2. It wasn't putting Ellie and fucking trans Abby in the trailers. It was putting Ellie and Joel in the trailers to try to get people in and hooked by lying to them about what the game would be. And then once you get into the game, once they get you hooked and they get you invested, they completely subvert your expectations. So I think it's going to be a fucking disaster, whatever it is, 10 episodes in. They've already admitted how many things they're changing, and that Neil Druckmann was so happy to make changes. Yeah, I'm sure he fucking was.
He's a bitch.
So I have no interest in watching The Last of Us. I did think it was really interesting. I posted screenshots on Twitter. I took the screenshot at about 9 o'clock, right as the episode dropped on HBO Max and was airing on HBO. There was already 2,000 10-star reviews on IMDb. I'm sure that if those had been 1-star reviews, there would have been a million fucking articles about how The Last of Us was being review bombed by toxic fans. But because those are legitimate, fake, positive reviews, I saw one article about it. One fucking article, and that was it.
Yep, that's how it happens. It's not like I know we've all talked about that part, about how it's just never review bombing, or I guess the positive equivalent, or whatever you want to call it. When someone when they say that it's positive, it's only review bombing, which is just said to delegitimize people that are basically showing that they aren't interested in whatever's being put out. If they give it like 1 star or something of that nature, well, they try to just say that that's not a thing. But if they say if it's review bombed, then it's positive. Well, that just happens to be legitimate, and it's the greatest goddamn show in the world.
Yeah. Speaking of positive review bombs, this next guy that we're bringing into the panel positively review bombs all Tom Hanks movies. That would be Josiah Rises. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing, man?
I still have not seen Tom Hanks' newest film either.
A Man Called Otto.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember what it was called. So, and I have not seen The Last of Us either.
JS Pena says, "I appreciate your honesty, Jeremy. However, I still don't care." Well, here's the thing. I don't want anybody watching The Last of Us. Fuck Naughty Dog. So it's not about me trying to get people to watch it. It's about me just giving my.
I don't know. It sounds like you're turning into a shill, Jeremy.
Oh yeah, total shill, total shill.
I did think it was interesting that they did come out with the numbers for this. This the second highest HBO Max or HBO/HBO Max original series premiere, other than House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon was over 10 million viewers. This is at 4.7. So it's less than half of House of the Dragon. Obviously, House of the Dragon has the Game of Thrones IP working in its favor, but I also think that had negative connotations as well for a lot of people. Last of Us, I think, has a big fan base, but also has some negative connotations from Last of Us Part 2.
Yep.
So I was interested to see that it was that low, but that it's its second highest in several years. So kind of interesting.
Lisa says, Josiah, epic verse. There we go.
That's where I just got back from. I was working on some storyboarding for our next film. So it's going good. It's gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Are you gonna kill the main protagonist a 10th of the way or a 20th of the way through the game? Or through the movie, sorry.
Maybe. Who knows?
There you go.
If
it makes it to the end.
Ryan, we seem to forgot how well The Last of Us 2 sold and all of its awards, so we need to cope and seethe. Y'all
please tell me.
Tell us.
Please tell me how Naughty Dog, when they announced, that first weekend, how it did so fucking well. It was so incredible and amazing. Mm-hmm. And then somehow, as copies rotted on shelves, went on sale immediately, fucking were clearanced at almost nearly record rates compared to other PlayStation exclusives. And they never gave an official update in terms of sales.
Never.
After years. It's really weird how that works, isn't it? It's almost like those copies were ones that included to the sellers and then they
Mhm.
sat on shelves.
And based on all the information we have, it certainly lost about 50% of the audience from the first Last of Us, which is very reminiscent. Which is very reminiscent of something called Star Wars: The Sequel Trilogy. How'd that work out? So
you had
when
something like Ghost of Tsushima, a new fucking IP that didn't have near the marketing behind it, that outsold it. That outsold it, even though it was released after it.
But
So,
the thing,
cope and seed all you want. I can't say that word.
Well, I was about to slip into
But here's the thing.
Oh,
This is what these weirdos don't fucking get. Like, I don't care if something makes money. I don't care if something sells. If an audience wants to go out there and financially support something, fucking go support it. The problem is the audience that these fuckers are always pandering to never goes out and supports it financially. They never do it. The Last of Us, the very first Last of Us, it's not one of my favorite games of all time, but I absolutely do love the game. Okay. But most people, a lot of people put this in their top 10 games of all time. Okay. It was a very beloved game, mega beloved. Okay. Huge. All-time great game in most people's minds. There was no way The Last of Us Part 2 was not going to sell good in the opening weekend. There was absolutely no way. Just like there was no way Last Jedi was not going to do good in the opening weekend. But it's about the longevity of that. And The Last of Us Part 2, we saw no sales updates after that opening weekend number, the opening week number. We saw none of that.
Yeah.
And
that was their entire point. The reason they false copyright struck channels to try to hide their lies was because they knew that they had to keep the lie going to make people go out and buy it. That's why you saw a near record fucking drop from the first to second week. Because for people that weren't super keyed in, that weren't paying attention to all the fucking leaks, because maybe they wanted to stay away from spoilers, once they realized that they'd been lied to about this game, legitimately lied to, because the trailer, all the marketing was about another adventure with Joel and Ellie. That's what they even took scenes that actually occurred in the game that are flashback sequences, because that's all the time you get to spend with Joel. Because spoiler, he gets killed by a fucking dude, right? A dude with a golf club. So because they do that,
big Abby Pump is your hookup. Holla if you hear me.
Freaks 9 days of the week, man.
They took those flashback sequences and they aged them up to make it look like they were having that interaction in the game that you were playing, because they had to lie to people to get them to buy the game. That's what they did. So that first weekend number, no, it's not a surprise that it did so well. You had a massive fan base. It was highly anticipating this game, and they got lied to by Naughty Dog, by Neil Druckmann's cock-sucking ass. So yeah, of course it sold big opening weekend. That it had like a record-breaking drop-off because people realized that they'd been betrayed by the people they trusted.
Yeah, I got to show you something, Ryan. I'm going to share it with you if I can find it real quick. Because somebody put this in. Rip is gonna
100% gamer word.
Rip is gonna love this. So I'll put it in a private chat. I hope we don't get hit for this. But somebody put this. So I posted the Big Papa Pump or Big Abby Pump meme, and you remember Big Papa Pump and his math, right, Rippa?
Oh yeah, kind of math.
Look at this clip. This is an old but gold one right here. Is
that how they're counting sales or whatever?
No. Did I send you the right one? I hope I did. So no, it's just to
me.
Yeah, I sent it. I put it in the private chat, or did I put it in the private chat? I may have put it in the regular chat. No. So there it is.
Oh, it is.
It's just a tweet. It's a tweet. So watch that right there. So it's so fucking good, dude. I fucking love Scott Steiner.
I remember this. Yeah, got freaks 9 days of the week.
I got freaks 9 days out of the week.
For copyright.
Huh?
WW will claim us. So
I was gonna get 7 days in a week. Man, you ain't Big Pop. I'm the big bad booty daddy non-stop.
Freaks 9 days of the week, man. I don't even think I don't think that was that might have been
that's TNA.
TNA, man. I think it was
I think that's TNA.
So
I think that's TNA.
Yeah.
So man, I'm the big booty daddy, man. Dude, Scott Steiner was so fucking good back in the day.
Fucking idiot, man.
Big bad booty.
Big bad booty daddy, man.
Oh man.
Shaker Maker, member for 10 months. Hail TMNE. Mug Club forever. Make taxation theft again. We will win. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Lug for 5. I heard Fauci will be playing Dobby in future Harry Potter films. Surprised they're not going to make him a Gringotts goblin.
I see.
Shrike for 5. Can you believe how bad the Velma show was? It reminded me of how bad Brady played. How about them Cowboys, Ryan? JK, y'all are great. Keep up the fight. Thank you. That was, man, I had never been to an NFL playoff game before because I'm a Bears fan, didn't get many opportunities. But so when our man Chris Curran, the opportunity opened up and he was able to get me tickets, I was like, fuck yeah. So I went, the atmosphere was awesome. And it so quickly fucking turned right around. It was one of the most depressing fucking stadiums I've ever been in. And that's coming as a Bears and Cubs fan.
I will say, so from watching it on TV, it felt like there was a ton of fucking Cowboys fans in the stadium. Like there was a ton.
Like I would say the split was probably like 35-65.
Wow.
Something like that. Maybe even like 40% Cowboys fans, 60% Bucks fans. I was worried I was going to walk in there. It was going to be all Cowboys fans, basically.
Yeah.
Just with the way they travel and what they'll pay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was like behind the Cowboys fucking bench was a big contingent of Cowboys fans. So,
yeah, you could hear it on TV. It was pretty loud.
It was definitely louder when the Bucks did good things, but that wasn't very often. So the Bucks fans didn't have much chance to cheer after that first couple possessions.
The only thing that you miss in person is that you don't get fun things like Tom Brady hasn't thrown a pick since 2020, and then boom,
in the red zone,
boom, it happens right there. And you're just like, this is.
I hated
jinx,
when they did that. I've been watching football long enough, man, and I'm like, you fuckers just put some voodoo on him. They were like, Tom Brady has not thrown a red zone interception since 2020, since he became a member of the Buccaneers, and I'm like. Oh no! And there he went. He threw it.
Brett Maher has not missed an extra point. He's never missed 4 straight extra points in a game. No, that was an NFL record. I'd witness history. No one has ever missed 4 extra points in a single game.
Wild.
Shaker Maker with 5 gift subs. Thank you, Shaker Maker.
Thank you.
Hey, Jesus Davila for 5 for Jay's Hogwarts copy fund. No promises. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for 2. Isom vs. Truck Street Fighter bonus stage style.
Hell yeah!
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Dun, 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 dun. I miss me some Street Fighter, man.
Samurai Knight for 2. Join us, Jeremy. Get some pineapple with your pizza.
I mean, if Mario doesn't make $1 billion, I guess. And I'm never even. I didn't make a hard prediction on it. I was like, if the movie's good, I can see us making $1 billion. That's turned into me going. If it don't make $1 billion, you have to eat pineapple pizza. How the fuck did this happen? I never said like a hard
$1
prediction.
A lot, man. $1 billion's a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak.
Billions a lot of fucking money.
I'm gonna sneak pepperoni in the pizza if I have to eat it. I do still think that Mario has a very good opportunity to make $1 billion. Obviously, like the quality of the movie is going to be key. I do think the movie is going to be really good, though. And with the momentum of the Nintendo Switch, with the momentum of the Nintendo World opening, Universal Orlando, Universal Hollywood, obviously it's already overseas. Chris Pratt's involvement, the animation looks phenomenal. I think this movie's got a lot going for it.
Yeah.
Marissa with a gift membership. Thank you, Marissa. Slaglust. Pepperoni is the pumpkin spice latte of pizza. I would say it's the French fries of pizza because everybody fucking likes French fries and everybody likes fucking pepperoni on pizza. And if you run into someone that doesn't like pepperoni pizza, they're a fucking weirdo. Just like if you run into someone who doesn't like French fries, like what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't like French fries? You fuck.
It's not. I wish pineapples were more like pumpkin spice because then it would only be around once a year. Shit.
I see Chris Gore in the chat. What up, Chris? We need to get Chris back on Tuesday night's main event. So
that's right.
What we would like is once we get everything established, We need to bring Chris Gore to Orlando for a week. Need to take him, take him to the theme parks, do the Geeks and Gamers headquarters, do some vlogs with Chris Gore. What do you guys think about that, chat? You want to see that happen? I think we can make that happen.
I think Chris would like to escape California for a while.
Yep.
You'd be down with that.
He said sure. He said sure. He'll hang with you. Heck yeah. More Chris Gore on Geeks Gamers is always a good thing.
4 doors, more gore. So let's go. Cassius Victus for 10. Best pizza is pan crust, extra cheese, double pepperoni. Nothing else is needed. That is a good pizza right there. That is a damn good pizza.
Yep.
Pan pizza's pretty good.
Taryn the Black for 5. Pepperoni and habanero honey is next level. Shout out to Kane Rosso's Honey Bastard Pizza. That sounds good. I'd eat that.
Sounds interesting.
Hayden for $10. Pineapple on pizza is specifically reserved for people whose flavor palate has evolved past that of a 3-year-old. It's a complex flavor of sweet and savory, but pepperoni is the classic easy choice. Well, there you go. Thanks, Hayden. Mary Nicholson for 5. Crocs went super woke. Libs of TikTok showed where they hosted a drag queen thing for kids.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I think I remember seeing that actually.
I mean, based on the people who wear it, it's not surprising. I agree.
Dude, a bunch of fucking rednecks wear Crocs. What the fuck are you talking about? A bunch of rednecks out in the fucking country wear them.
The only people I've ever seen wear them are grandmas, legitimate grandmas.
Fucking Alabama.
I don't want to go to a trailer park, Jeremy. I'm good.
I'm just telling you.
The only people I've seen wear them are fucking grandmas and gay people. John Kennedy for 2.
They're gonna clip that out. Grandmas and gay people. G&G.
G&G. Grandmas and gays. John Kennedy for 2. Is pineapple placed fresh on the pie or baked in it? It's baked in it. I mean, I assume you wouldn't just put a fucking raw pineapple on there. Patrick Cav for 5. I just tried pineapple on pizza for the first time. It was the worst. Never again. There you go. Mark Wilkins for 2. Thank you, Mark. Al Favor for 5. Crocs was partnering with RuPaul. We said that. Brian for 2. If anyone wears Velcro shoes, it'd be Jay. I pronounced it right this time. Oh, Samurai Vader. Hey, Ripa.
Oh, God.
What? Were you expecting something?
Is that what he said? Is that
That's what he said? I guess nobody died today.
Perfect.
I guess nobody died today.
Let's get to the point where now I'm hoping when he mentions somebody died, I'm like, did they really? I don't remember that. You know what I mean?
He could really easily trick us and say somebody who did die. We just laugh. That'd be something to be pretty easy to do.
Trending the next day, Geeks and Gamers laughs because such and such died.
Oh shit. Well, never mind. I'll run Streamlabs. Samurai Vader says Ripa, Lou Albano passed away.
Captain Lou.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's our game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. If your sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double. We're faster than the others. You'll be hooked on the brothers.
That's pretty good.
Let me catch up there. Fuck, I fucking hate when Odyssey does that. JM the Elite Fan for 5. Jeremy, I'm a certified forklift operator. Every girl in a 40-mile radius. Why are my panties wet all of a sudden?
Yes. Yes. Respect the forklift driver right there. That's what's up.
Oh man, I used to drive forklift.
Hell yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
You licensed?
Hell yeah.
I used to be. Yeah. Yeah.
I can certify you. Just under the table. We just do $50 under the table. I got you covered, bro. So don't tell OSHA.
Yeah, I mean, back when I was starting to drive, we didn't even have OSHA, so I didn't need a license or any of that nonsense.
JM the Elite Fan for $5. Hey, Ripa, I heard Lot's wife died. I heard she was pretty salty about it.
Ripa's like, fuck you.
Well, that was getting biblical there. I like that.
I know.
One.
He went all the way back with that one. Man.
That one's good. Jay Schwalbach for $131 on locals.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. Jay Schwabach says, Jeremy, is the Orlando property a dual use property as we discussed? Plus, Ripa, thank you for the open conversation, the money flow of the Ripaverse. I've always believed if you understand how the money is used and how expensive it is to run one, you would understand the owner is not a rich thieving bastard who wants the best for everyone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so if you guys go to Ripaverse's YouTube, you'll see that. It's not on my YouTube, it's on the Ripaverse's YouTube. I did basically a breakdown, kind of, what does a company like ours do with $3.7 million? So, we go through kind of the finances and stuff like that. So check it out. Appreciate that.
And Jay Schwalbach, I'll hit you up. I'll talk to you about it.
And I don't see, I saw it earlier. I don't know where it went, but it was a $10 from Flash just asking the question about Crowder. And then he said, oh shit, we talked about that earlier. So yes, we did talk about it earlier. Thank you, Flash, over there on Locals. Let me get back to here. Nerdrotic for $20 says grifter. I think he said that after you bitched at him about not super chatting.
I did.
Thank you, Gary. Paul Estrada for $5. Jeremy, what are you trying to compensate for with those boots?
Hey, man. Honestly, nothing, because they don't impress anybody when I wear them out in public. They're just so fucking comfortable, though, man. Listen, you can get these at Academy Sports. All right, this is the only place that has these. All right, they're Magellan Realtree. They're so fucking comfortable. No bullshit, and they're waterproof. So, I'm not being sponsored, okay? But they're badass.
Of course, you got them at Academy. Anybody that knows the Academy would know that you would have gotten them there.
I would respect them if you were sponsored and shilling. Sir Ubisoft for $2. Cinnamon Toast Velma, pass. Never eating got easy. Yeah, thank you. Maps go on the wall for $10. Roll Tide, Jeremy. Did you see the SEC shorts today? Hit me in the feels at the end when I got to state.
SEC shorts today. What are you talking about?
Did you see the SEC shorts
No,
today?
I didn't. I
don't know if it's like a shorts, like me, YouTube channel or whatever, or an account or something.
Not.
I don't know.
I've been so checked out of everything recently because of getting everything set up here. So I'm kind of checked out on a lot of different stuff right now. Who'd we lose? Oh, Ripa said, "Fuck y'all."
Mike bounce. Slade Lawton says, Jeremy, can you pull up an article with pineapple pizza being LGBT or something? Also, pineapple pizza is a disgrace. I'm an Italian, so I hold authority on this.
There is an article talking about that. There is. He's back.
Yeah, I have all these damn tabs open, man. I closed the wrong one.
I've been there.
So I pulled that up one time when we were talking about on Friday Night Tights, and it's
true. Jack Hudson for $2. Thank you, Jack. Lug for $5.
I got you, Ryan. I got you. Go ahead.
When YouTube bans swearing completely, try saying "if I can't" word fast without swearing, or "if I can't." No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Quint for $5. I drank to Jeremy Renner's leg. Thank you, Quint. Yeah, still no official word on Jeremy Renner. What's going on?
It's with his family now, right?
Can he go home? Yeah, they sent him home.
He's home, but in terms of like his leg and stuff, there's been no official words. They've been very mum about the extent of some of the injuries. The first thing I heard was that his leg was in really bad shape, and they had no idea what the timetable would be, or if he would be able to keep it or whatever. So I still don't know. There's a lot of speculation, and like a bunch of articles got written based off someone saying in their video very similar to what I fucking said. Based on a guy I know who knows people that work on the show. So I don't know. There's no official anything. That's for sure. Tim Riggs for 10. Some feedback for G&G website. Put up a page that lists all the different channels, the type of coverage, and stream schedules. If it's up there, it was not easy for a boomer to find. There is one for the channels, but we don't have a schedule up there.
Yeah, there is so it's just channels. There's a tab up there for channels. But we are talking about rebuilding the website, making it far more user friendly for sure. But yeah, there's a channels tab that kind of gives the brief description of each channel and a link to go subscribe to them. In terms of a schedule, yeah, that's something that we could definitely use in terms of like, Sunday Night Mario Kart, Tuesday Night's Main Event. There are going to be some changes we're going to make to the content as we kind of get working here and what we're doing. Nothing to announce yet, but very soon we'll give you guys some information on that for sure.
To Craig Morning for 5. Ripa. Without that, checkmate and cap.
Wait, what?
I didn't hear.
All
right, it wasn't just me. Okay,
I thought it was just me. So
Okay.
we heard nothing.
We heard like you went underwater.
Yeah. Right. Ripa, without taxation, who would build the stairs? Checkmate and cap.
That's a good one.
That was good.
It's funnier the second time. Mr. Spicy Beard for 5. Jeremy, can you crash the con in Pensacola next month? It'd be cool to meet you and watch the craziest that might ensue. Any chance?
I am not allowed at Pensacon. I've been banned. And I'll make it open, here to the owner. For everything I said that upset you guys, if you guys could find it in your heart to go fuck yourselves, I'd love to never come back to your fucking shitty ass con. I'm far bigger than I ever was back in the day when you gave me those dog shit press passes. I never did anything wrong. All I did is didn't say Vic Mignogna's a terrible person, and you fucking pieces of shit ripped my press passes and banned me. So fuck your little pussy ass con. I don't want nothing to do with it. Don't need it. So let's see how they feel about that. So, bitches.
Shutch for $5. Ryan, my username is awesome. Take this super chat and shovel it. Shutch. Did I make funny or something one time? It is kind of dumb, but Shutch.
Let me give context to everybody. So Pensacon is a local convention in Pensacola, Florida. Before Geeks and Gamers blew up, I had gotten press passes with them, and we were kind of like a little local deal there. And I was very proud of that. I was very proud that we got press passes. I think it was the first places that ever gave us press passes. I had a great relationship with them. Never did anything wrong. Always communicated with them. Always was thankful. Definitely treated my press credentials with the utmost respect. And then the channel started getting traction. I don't remember how many subscribers we had. We may have had less than 100,000, but we were closing in on 100K. And that was this whole thing happened with, this was all going on with the whole Vic Mignogna stuff. And I knew nothing about Vic Mignogna. I never followed anime, didn't know anything about it. But the Pensacon official account on Twitter, basically they were searching people out that were talking about Vic Mignogna and I think Monica Real, where Monica was supposed to appear at Pensacon, and apparently there were people that were talking, not tagging. They were just having discussions. So the Pensacon official account started searching people out and then replying to them in conversations that had nothing to do with Pensacon, but they were talking about Vic Mignogna and Monica or whatever. And so people started notifying me of that. And I was like, man, like, I don't know this story that much, so I'm not sure, but I feel like I need to cover it because it just kind of seems like something that I, would be involved in. So I think I did you can go back and watch the videos. They're still on their channel, but I basically was like, I don't know. I didn't even know how to pronounce Vic Mignogna's name at the time, but I just basically said, hey, this whole situation, I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like this is a he said, she said, and this guy is getting thrown under the bus, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of evidence to support that. And so I don't know what's going on, yada, 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 but I don't think Pensacon should be going after people from their official account like that. And I got an email 20 minutes after that video uploaded, and they were just chastising me, like talking down to me. Basically just like, you don't know the story. You don't know what happened. You don't know what Vic Mignogna did. And by the way, it's pronounced this way. And I was like, fuck off. So I made another video just talking bad about him at that point. Cause they told me that they were revoking my press passes at that point in time. And that was crazy to me, and couldn't believe it. So that's what led to that. And so so I'm not allowed at Pensacon because I didn't say Vic Mignogna is a terrible person. That's essentially what it comes down to. So there you go.
Ancient history there.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Mugsykins says you can pre-order Hogwarts Legacy official game guide and the Hogwarts Legacy art book in case you bought the game and want to piss off the SJWs. Yeah, and there was an art book. Some of the art book leaked, actually. There's some interesting stuff in there. Sir Ubisoft for 5. Speaking of not having YouTube career, Mike Rowe said it's best to make a living following passion. Never follow it, but always bring it with you. Hail. Hold on. So he said it best on making a living versus following passion. Never follow it, but always bring it with you. Yeah, I kind of, the way I see it, there are a very small percentage of people in the entire world that get to do something for a living that they fucking love. I just think it's a small percentage of people. So if that's your goal and it's like your thing and you'll never be happy until that point, I think you're setting yourself up to be disappointed in life. A lot of people live perfectly happy, perfectly fulfilling lives, even doing a job that they don't necessarily love. So it's just like, to me, it is it's like an awesome thing. And if that can be the case, then fucking more power to you. But if you'll never accept anything other than that, I think you're setting up yourself up to be maybe unhappy, like unhappier than you would be if you didn't. So but definitely bring that passion with you anywhere you go.
And also, this is a completely separate thing, but shout out to Jay Hellstorm for that opening intro, by the way. Jay Hellstorm's crushing it, and that the whole thing with Ryan and Homelander, and the stuff with Ripa, by the way. So if Jay Hellstorm's here in the chat, everybody show him some love, because that was a kick-ass opening intro. So there he is right there. There he is.
Hello.
That was good. I was wondering what it was going to be when he said it was me-centric. I was like, what the hell? But hey, that's pretty good. I was on a fucking roll on that video. I think I did that live, actually, too. That's a good one. TJ for 5. Literally just had to fix a drop ceiling in a small warehouse today from the forklift going through it. Nice. Bird up for 5. Watch the video of the Guitar Center guy dealing with the shoplifter. Yeah, we all saw it. It's like he basically just chokeholds him or puts him in a fucking chokehold, tackles him, and fucking he's like pretends that he's hurt and he just carries his ass out the door, fucking chucks him. It was awesome. Sophie
check private chat, Ryan. And there's see everybody showing Hailstorm some love. He's a madman. He's not allowed to do any more 48-hour streams. Ripa, you know he did a 48-hour stream. Jay Hailstorm,
Oh, dude's crazy, man.
playing Fortnite. What a fucking psycho. Not allowed to do that anymore. So we gotta get you on the editing. We gotta get you on the editing. All right, let's
72 hours, 72 hour stream.
It was 72?
Yeah, it was 72 hours. That's right.
It's retarded.
That's insane.
Yep.
I would do so much in 72 hours.
That's crazy.
Sophie for $11. Hi, everyone. Ripa, thanks for the superb packaging job for ISOM #1. Used to order books from Amazon. They'd arrive ripped, bent, and scratched. As a bookworm, I hated it.
Yeah, no, that was a big part of the whole campaign. And I spent, we talked about this in that video that I was referencing about how much we spend on just getting the boxes, you know what I mean? And they're completely custom made, original design that makes it, fairly sturdy, man. Those boxes can take some damn damage. So, we wanted to make sure, and, we haven't, look, every now and then you'll get something that happens, but of the, tens of thousands of orders that we went out, it were almost virtual. Let me say that it was statistically insignificant, the ones that were damaged. So I like that as a return. And I'm glad that people are getting them in tip-top shape. We know people are getting them graded, doing all that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that you all got them in tip-top shape. So, yeah.
We're going to have a special guest joining us here in a few minutes. So, yeah, a couple of special guests, maybe.
Nice.
I don't know. I'll let you know. We're working on it right now.
Ran Sam for 20. Ripa, I'm curious where to find an artist. I'm more of a writer, but I can't draw.
All right, artists are everywhere. I mean, that's on basically all forms of social media. You have people that are putting their work on, like, the art stations of the world that you go kind of check out and scout talent. But there's artists. Basically, let me say this: every artist that basically you see that does any sort of work in comic books are on commission as contractors. So all of the motherfuckers is free agent if you got the money. You know what I mean? That's basically what it boils down to.
Yeah. Or you can just do AI. I'm sure that won't piss off any comic artists.
Not at
all. Graf Von Tyrol for 20. It's hilarious to see the Velma situation go from you're a bigot to I hate this now to it's a conservative psyop. Yeah, basically.
It's great.
It's been pretty funny. I love Scotch for 2. Just ordered Harry Potter. There you go. Hope it's good. Scott Fisher for 5. It's crazy to see how Hollywood's destroying themselves. They really turned into the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, they did. Marcus Henry for 10. Do the people who think it's a psyop, they're giving conservatives too much credit. We have a hard time trying to get them to engage in culture.
That's what I'm saying. That's very true. Like they ain't got the brains, nor the like just the effort to even do some shit like that.
We got our special guest here. It's Drunk 3PO with Tony from Real World Tactical. What's up, man?
What up?
How you doing?
Yo, what's up, my people?
That's Lurch from Call of Duty.
He's scary, man. He's scary. He's like,
in another headlock. You can't get away from them headlocks.
Jake the Viking in the
Jake
house.
the Viking, what's up?
we got Tony. We're at Top Golf. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know none of these people. I don't know.
He knows the most important person. That's all that matters.
That's pretty much it. I'm wandering around. Someone gave me a free bag, so I'm keeping it. So, like, that's about it. So,
hell nice.
Yeah. Looks like you're having fun.
Tell Tony we got to get him on for main event one of these weeks as a special guest.
Oh, because there's several thousand people watching right now, and they want you on the show.
You give me the date and time, and I'm there.
Did you hear that?
Date and time, and I'm there.
Yeah. We got to get him to come to Orlando.
Yes.
That's what we got to do. We got to get him to come to Orlando. Hell yeah.
Okay, done.
So, because they're in the studio.
Me and Tony talked about having a deal where one of us are playing a game and bitching about it, playing Call of Duty and bitching about it, and then he kind of jumps out of the screen and just beats our ass. Like, we got to do that, man.
That'd be awesome.
Slamming over fucking Jay's head. You know what I mean? It's like
I'm not involved in all this stuff. Again, we're at the SHOT Show. This is one of the parties that they put together. I know absolutely nobody. There's like war heroes, veterans, stuff like that. And there's me wandering around.
Drunk 3PO.
So I'm taking, like, Tony's taking care of me. So he's making me feel like us and Geeks and Gamers are a big deal. So that's where we're at.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know where Suresh was like gone. Suresh was like gone. All right, Tony went to go get Suresh, but I don't know what to say. Oh, here he comes now.
Suresh, he looks like he just got drafted. He looks like he got drafted by the NFL. Look at it.
I was like, "What's the dress code?" He's like, "Just wear whatever."
I said, "Wear whatever."
So I saw one of your bags.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, it's awesome.
I'll see you guys soon.
That's right.
Coming up.
Suresh will be in Orlando very soon.
Yeah, they're saying in Orlando.
We're gonna do a vlog of Pimp My House. Crazy stuff.
Hell yeah. That's what's up right there. I was talking to Suresh about it last night.
But I'm here. I'm eating all his food and taking all his free gear.
Yeah.
So that's what it's all. Almost dropped the phone, man. Anyway, love y'all, man. Geeks and Gamers, baby.
Take it easy, man. That was awesome. Hell yeah, man. Dude, we're connected to so many badass people. But yeah, like Suresh is going to be here at Geeks and Gamers headquarters. We'll get Tony here. We get Jake the Viking out here. It's going to be great. So, you guys just know that there's a ton of content coming your way. We're going to try to give you the very best that we can. Greatly appreciate everything you've done for us. And we're going to try to give that back to you by showing you just amazing content. So hell yeah. Shout out to Jay. Subscribe to Drunk 3PO. He needs the help. He's struggling.
Struggling YouTuber.
Oh yeah.
Sir Yubasan for 2. Pray hard they don't touch the Flintstones or the Jetsons.
Oh man, I was thinking that too.
I mean, they already turned. Is it Betty Rubble? Is that her name? They already basically turned her trans with Rosie O'Donnell. So
that's true. That's true. We forgot about that.
Ulf Hedner Berserker for 5. I appreciate the redneck honesty.
So by the way, Lisa, I'm glad you asked about that. So because Suresh is out of town and we've got everything going on, we're not going to have a political show tomorrow. Like I said, over the next week or two, some things are going to be hit or miss. That's why Ripa didn't even think we were streaming tonight, just because he knew that we were moving and getting everything worked out. So no political stream tomorrow. Well, I think Rolo, you are going to be hosting Fortnite on Play tomorrow, right? So I should be there for that. And then worst case scenario, which this shows you how awesome Rolo is. Rolo basically was like, everybody come to my house. Everybody can stream Mario Kart from your perspective at my house. Rolo's got that much. He's got the whole setup.
It's like a second content house over here.
Yeah,
basically.
hell yeah.
That's
hell
what
yeah.
we've got going on over here.
So, love it.
WMH for 7. Just watch Louder the Crowder. He's talking about everyone in that video. There you go. WMH.
It's a good video.
Steak
good video.
For 5. Hail all. Here's a bright spot. Puss in Boots 2 is a truly great movie that respects its audience and its legacy. I watched Puss in Boots: The Last Witch. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
really.
I gotta watch it.
It has no business being as good as it is.
Let's go. Let's go to the theater, Jeremy. Let's go.
Do it.
Let's go.
You want to do it? You want to do it?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Easily the best animated.
There's one right in between our places. Yeah, there's one right in between our places. It's a good one
for sure.
I'm personally a huge fan of the Universal Universal Studios theater. It's so good.
I wish it was making more money. Too, it's not making a ton of money right now, but
yeah,
it's really good.
Yeah.
Dog Wolf for 2. Big fan.
Thank you,
Dog Wolf. Tim Riggs for 10. Look at all the deception to sell games. Last of Us is one example, but all the broke-ass ones that take months to get working. No pre-orders without at least a week's worth of reviews before it goes on sale.
Every Halo commercial after like Halo 3, like all of them were fake.
Cody Warner for 5. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's why I know Nintendo has a lot of faults. They do, but they never release broken games. Typically, you know what I mean? Like, there might be a case here or there, but like generally speaking, they just never give you a bad product, especially if it's a big title, whether you're talking about your Zeldas or your mainline Mario games. They do a great job of that. They have a ton of faults though. They're not perfect, but there's nothing that drives me crazier than these games. Like, I'll never forget how bad Master Chief Collection was. Like, holy shit. I was so excited for that game. And it was unplayable for I don't know how long. I think I gave up on it. Like how long was it unplayable?
Dude, it was like
terrible.
2 years. And now it's awesome, which is what pisses you off about Halo Infinite even more. Because it's like you guys figured this out. Like it took you like 5 years to figure it out, but you finally got your shit together. And now it's like, oh, but we're gonna start from scratch in Halo Infinite as if we didn't even know. Like we weren't making multiplayer games for 20 freaking years. Like we're just gonna start from scratch, right?
Yeah.
So that's how they always do it.
Mm-hmm. So
then they give us a shitty TV show and just like disrespect us even more. It's like throw sand in your face.
Yeah, I will say somebody mentioned Mario Strikers in the chat. Massive disappointment. I was so fucking excited for that game. Haven't even tried to like it's dog shit. It's just not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not good. It's not even that it's broken. It's just not good. I mean, it is broken too, but it's just not a good game at all. Really disappointing.
Cody Warner for 5. Kind of off subject, but I just saw that Live Golf is finalizing a deal with the CW. They'll ruin golf also. Yeah, I did see that. I wonder how much they're getting paid for that contract, because I know that they're having a problem finding people to take them on because people don't want to go against the PGA and they don't know if they want to get involved with Saudi shit. So I hope Live Golf is awesome or like continues to do good things. I hope they provide competition to PGA. Scott Fisher for 5. Tom Brady went out almost as bad as Dan Marino did in '99 against the Jags. I don't think we've seen the last of Tom Brady.
We haven't.
We'll see. Gerald Armstrong for 5. R.I.P. Jay Briscoe. Yeah, I saw that.
I heard about that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Car accident, I think, something like that. Ransom for 2. Frost already owned Gore. Frost already owned Gore, like Chris Gore.
Which Gore are we talking about?
I doubt that. So.
Nine breaker for 450. For the record, pepperoni is the poor man's version of salami or chorizo. Both make better pizza toppings than that trash. I don't know what fucking country you're from. Oh, you're from fucking England or some shit.
I'm wearing camo boots. I don't give a fuck about poor man's anything. Give me my fucking pepperoni pizza, okay?
Yeah, what fucking pizza place are you going to that offers salami? You fucking UK. Like, I don't know what you guys
fucking
not
UK.
I was gonna say like try to find some kind of racial slur, but it's like I was gonna say you UK knob, or UK bellend, but I don't know if those are actual.
It's called a wanker.
Bloody wanker.
Is knob an insult? I was gonna say you UK knob, and then I was like, well, I don't know if that is like racially charged or anything. I don't know. You fucking UK. That's all I should have to say.
That was like that thing from Family Guy where they're like a British drive-by and the guy just drives at the window. Oh, Reginald, I disagree. And then he just drives away.
Oh,
fucking
man.
UK. That's right. He just yells out the window.
Wanker. I've never been to a pizza place that offers salami or chorizo, for the record.
You big UK face.
No Zaku boy for
$5.
So Bird Up has a good one right there. Bird Up has a good comment.
Can't spell cuck without
UK.
That is good.
Even though you got to put a C before it, but whatever, I'll take it.
Look, it's very rare because Ryan is fantastic at kind of thinking a couple of steps ahead to not say the wrong thing that he normally would say off the internet, but like he got twisted up.
Well,
you
I didn't
fucking
get,
UK.
It's not that I got twisted up. It's that I was gonna restart myself. So I was gonna say you fucking UK knob, but I was like, does that make sense? So then I said you fucking UK, and then I said you fucking UK something. I was gonna add it on, but then you guys started laughing. So I couldn't.
He was gonna throw some racial slur, and then he was like, "Wait, they're white. I can't do it."
Yeah, it was gonna be like you fucking UK knob. So then I was like, well, I don't think you say that. What if you fucking UK bastard or something? Just throw it like a generic insult.
Salami really flustered Ryan there, that's for sure.
It did. The salami had him triggered there.
No
Holy
Zaku
shit.
boy for 5. G&G Tabletop's only 800 subs away from 10,000. Give a rude eye the shill a shot.
Oh yeah,
Fed Rude Eye.
That's amazing.
Fed Rude Eye.
Yeah.
So, yeah, shout out to Rude Eye. Please go subscribe to Geeks Gamers Tabletop. He's done a phenomenal job with that channel and a great cast over there. Really appreciate everybody being over there. Kate has been great. Disparu and everybody. So thank you guys for all that. That's just been a home run, man. That channel has been a blessing for us. So yeah, let's get them to 10,000 subscribers.
check out my wife Jo on Tabletop on Thursday.
That's right, Joe's over there. That's right.
Yeah,
fucking shill.
Hey man, I'll promote.
Hayden for 20. Want a good burger? Hamburger patty, maple bacon, fried egg, lettuce, tomato, onion, pineapple, mustard bun. Phenomenal. I hope all you guys, as well as Chet, have a fantastic night and week. Much love again to everyone.
Take the pineapple out of that. It sounds pretty good. Say that one more time. What was the toppings?
So it's burger, bacon, fried egg,
maple bacon,
fried
right?
egg. I mean, yeah, maple bacon, fried egg, lettuce, tomato, onion, pineapple, mustard, and a bun.
Sounds pretty fucking good.
That's fine. I typically don't like onions on a burger unless they're fucking like been diced and sauteed. Then they're fine. So I'd probably take the onion off. I love fried eggs on burgers.
Yeah,
for sure. Have you ever had a peanut butter burger?
Oh man,
have you ever had a
yeah.
peanut butter burger? Those
No.
are fucking good.
Hey, Rippa, somebody's in the chat asking about coupons for your site. Do you have anything on that? Like, I've seen him
No.
asking a few times, so I don't know if he's okay.
We had a
So-
sale that
15% off. Use the code FUCKROADS.
Every now and then we're doing like when we're live or something. Maybe I'll do a 1 Tuesday nights main event or some shit where the team will say, all right, for this stream, certain items have been marked down. Type
You
shit.
go, main event. Get some hats and shirts. Main event.
Maybe we'll
code.
do that. Maybe we'll do that.
That'd be cool. Captain Hyrule for 5. D-Day Cobra. Swig of water for the working man. Young Rippa. Swig of haterade to my detractors.
That's right. That's right.
Jess for 16 month member. Jeremy dresses to match his food taste. A 5-year-old redneck. I hope you guys have Culver's, Taco Bell, and Chick-fil-A not far from New HQ. All those things are within reach.
They're all there. They're all there. All of them in one trip too. It's great. It's amazing.
Flash the Mystic for 5. Speaking of boots, I know you all have moved past this. Anyone want to give Indestructible a look? Comfort is passable, but endurance is the main. Indestructible.
Is that a brand?
Yeah, I assume.
I'll take a look at it. I like boots.
Internet guy for 2. Love the low-key vibe tonight. Do this more often.
Yeah, it's been a kind of a random show, which I kind of want it to be more of a random stuff. I mean, we do hit some of the topics. Obviously, it's going on, but I like the randomness. I like how it's kind of just we've went into all type of stuff, and clearly the audience has held very well tonight. So you guys liked it for sure.
This is what happens when we're actually at the house and we're just like shooting the shit.
Yeah, this is it.
This is basically how it is.
It really is. That's how it goes.
Joe C. Pureblood for 5. Great stream, guys. Idea. Brittany Venti and the G&G girls doing cooking streams from the G&G house. Internet gold. Cheers, G&G.
That would be pretty good.
I think we should do a video of Brittany driving with Jeremy. She just officially got her learner's permit.
Are you serious?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Has she lived like in cities her entire life, or like?
I think she's just a woman, so she's rightfully scared of driving.
I don't know.
Still, every woman I've known still drives. I mean,
it's a mistake.
What I don't know is if I don't know if I'm gonna sell my Z car and I'm gonna buy a Mustang, or if it's gonna be the Z car here. But could you imagine her trying to drive my 300ZX twin turbo? Oh my god, that'd be a nightmare. Holy shit, I wouldn't even allow that. The fuck.
I wouldn't allow it.
Clutch would be gone in like 5 seconds.
I don't think, dude, that car's worth so much money. I don't think I could make enough in super chats for a year to pay for that fucking car. Brittany tore it up. So,
Hold on.
God, that would be a disaster. You imagine if she. Oh, funny story. So I am. This has happened because I told Ryan about this today. Okay. So I am kind of like, I've had some offers for my Z car. So I'm not sure, because I really do want a Cobra or Shelby. So I was test driving a Mustang today at a car lot, and it was funny because the guy, like, he was like, "Do you know how to drive a stick?" I'm like, "Bro," and he's like, "Sorry, I had to ask." I'm like, "Why would you ask me that?" And he's like, "We literally, he's like, you two ladies right there?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said, "They just bought a car offline, $15,000. They get here, they didn't know how to drive a stick. It was standard." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Oh my God. He's like, "I'm sorry." So I just had to make sure. I was like, God. So yeah, we drove it, and then we got back, and he says, "Yeah, this guy knows how to drive." I was like, "Motherfucker, I know how to drive," because he let me get it up to 90. So he was a badass salesman. I liked it.
Nice.
But yeah, so the fact these chicks bought a fucking car offline and got there, they had to get a refund because they didn't know how to drive a standard.
Oh,
God.
Johnny
right.
Slack.
They're like, "Man, I got this one cheaper than all the other models. How's that possible? It's like $1,000 cheaper."
Johnny Slaction for 2. Is it too late to jump on ISOM #1 without using eBay?
No, you can go to riververse.com and still get it.
There you go.
We've never stopped selling ISOM.
Cover C, right?
Yeah, cover C. You can still get it. We've never stopped selling it. And that'll be the same for the near future. Like, we'll never stop selling our book. You may miss out like on a limited cover or something, but we'll always stock our book. So you'll be able to get it if you want a new copy, even if it's like a different print. You'll be able to get it at riververse.com of any book that we release. We make sure we get a bunch of them for that reason.
Hell yeah. Spider Claw for 2. G&G members don't count as guests, Jeremy.
Huh?
I think he said special guest, so I think it was.
Okay.
D's BT for 5. Typical Forrest 3PO stumbling his way into famous people.
He does it better than anybody, dude. Just ends up in places. It's like that time when he was at the event, you know, and like handing him the gun. He didn't know what to do.
Oh man.
E133, a 1337 Neo for 20. The owner of Pensacon was once arrested for domestic battery. The CEO was busted for distributing spice. Well, I'm starting to like these guys now. Just goes to show the caliber of people okay with having Monica Rial, Chris Sabat, and Sean Schemmel as guests, but not Vic.
Yeah, man. Fuck them. I
Raven,
even said it to them. Like I said it in my video, my response video after they banned me or revoked my press passes. I said, hey, I'm too big for you guys anyway. You know what? I'm too big for you guys. None of you guys, your little convention don't even matter. And they were like, that was so dismissive. I'm like, you were dismissive to me. I'm just responding with my sarcasm.
They probably just wanted to go back to them with an apology and a public apology video and all
that they essentially wanted me to apologize and then say that Vic Mignogna is the worst person to ever exist. That's what they wanted, and that was never going to happen.
Saw Rolo said in chat that stick is best.
Stick is the best.
I like driving a stick, but I like texting and driving and eating and driving more. So
I still do both. You just have to get really
you just
good
got to be good, bro. I'll teach you.
No, I mean doing them at the same time, eating and texting while using my stick.
You like use your elbow on the shifter, man, while you're holding your phone. It's not a big deal. You can do it.
If I'm on the highway, it's fine or something like that. But if where I lived when I had my stick, I had about a 20-minute highway stretch, and then I had about a 10-minute stretch of just constant fucking stop signs. So it just got to be too much of a pain in the ass.
I still got my shift. I still have the shift knob for my Mustang there.
Nice.
Kept it.
Steven Wasick for 20. Krista put a video on Weebs and Waifus where she and Tony are looking for his ideal anime wife. It's quite jarring to see little Krista guiding the jacked beast of a man around looking for a poster of his dream girl.
That's a good video, man. Tony's awesome. And, you know, that video of him and Krista is really good. I don't know if any of the mods in the chat could track that down from Weebs and Waifus, but it was really funny. And yeah, Tony's just like, he's a big dude, man. Like, you can look at some of his videos on Instagram. I mean, Tony's he's insane.
The Gilk Man for 20. I know it's late, but my condolences to all for Uche's passing. He was a good man. Can I get a small shout out for Eric O'Sullivan? Dude puts out good content about comics, and he's one of my good IRL friends.
Shout out Eric O'Sullivan.
Shout out to Eric O'Sullivan. Yeah. And thanks Thomas about Uche. That's very sad.
Yeah, it sucks, and you know, it's just one of those things, man. Life just is crazy, man. So don't take anything for granted. That's for sure. Yeah, where does it go? Right here. Hang on, there's a comment. Somebody just said something to me about my Z car. Yeah, I honestly thought about doing an LS swap. Because if anybody knows anything about Z cars, you can't work on those fucking things. Holy shit. There's no space under the hood. And so I know a lot of people do the LS swap, and I have considered that. I've always like my D-Day Cobra is like, there's two reasons that name's there. It's for G.I. Joe Cobra, and then obviously Mustang Cobras, Shelby's. So yeah, I really just have an itch for that one. And my Z car, I can make a hell of a profit off of it now based on what I paid for it. I don't know. It's gonna be tough to part ways with it though.
Raven Nevermore for 5. You guys should get a drink with Crazy on. He was shouted out by FNT last week, and Shadiversity backed him up. He promotes Iron Age creators. Well, thank you, Raven Nevermore. We'll check it out. Grievous for 20. Random question. Anyone know anything or what happened to the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake? Last I heard it was the devs had to give it to another company. Yeah, I do believe another company picked it up. They're kind of like restarting the entire fucking thing. So that's what I think anyway. That's what I heard. So I hope it never comes out. They should never touch it. Fuck these pieces of shit. Let's see. The Beast for 5. First time I'm catching TNME live. Aloha and blessings. Pineapple on pizza is an abomination. Thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah. Nine Breaker, that effing UK for 449. He is. The fucking UK is back. The pizza I get is plain shop bought base that I add my own toppings to. Cheaper and tastier than pizza places. That makes a lot of sense, Ninebreaker. I don't like making my own pizza.
Oh, what was that place where you buy it? Papa Murphy's? Yeah, I had Papa Murphy's one time and it was so fucking good, but because of the process, I never went back. I was like, I'll just go to Domino's. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or Papa John's.
I fucking had a freak out because they kept telling me that pizza tastes better when you make it. And it's like, I fucking have made it. I know what it tastes like when I fucking make it. And I know it doesn't taste as good as a lot of these other places. So don't try to tell me how good it tastes when I fucking make stuff. I fucking know. I made it.
Is there a Papa Murphy's around here? No,
I haven't seen one of those places in a long fucking time.
There was one in Pensacola. But
you got Hungry Howie's around here. That's about it.
Oh, Hungry Howie's is so fucking good.
I like Hungry Howie's, yeah. That's a good
Ryan was disrespectful to Hungry Howie's, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, like Hungry Howie's to me is like
get the fuck out.
In between, it's in between like Little Caesars and the other pizza chains to me.
No,
it is. Well, I think the thing that happens with it is that there are. I remember some Hungry Howie's being part of gas stations, so it gets that Godfather's pizza kind of connotation.
I'm talking about standalone ones.
Yeah. No,
like
so I think that's why people disrespect
the closest pizza place to my house is a fucking Hungry Howie's. So I mean, I eat there plenty. I don't see you guys like in love with it. I don't get that. That doesn't make sense to me.
I love Hungry
I like their non-pizza stuff a lot. Like their they used to have like
that's always a great thing to be known for as a pizza place.
Well, no, I mean, but if it's like calzones and stuff, like I think a good pizza place has to make like a good calzone too.
So I don't give a fuck about a calzone. I'd rather eat a pizza the way God intended. Fucking open just like a woman's legs. But I do understand what you're saying about like sides and stuff, because one of the reasons I like Domino's is because they got a lot of fucking sides that I like. Like the bread bites are fucking awesome.
They still have the chicken kickers.
They got chicken. I don't know if they call them chicken kickers.
They used to call them
do have that
kickers,
stuff.
Yeah.
They've got the stuffed cheese bread, which is really
my
good.
gosh, their stuffed cheese bread is so
well.
good.
See, that's why some of that stuff is good, because again, going back to now, we're going to bring it back full circle. Going back to driving stick, a pizza is a pain in the ass to eat while you're driving. So a calzone's not going to get all over the place. It's self-contained.
I can eat pizza.
No, I think it's about the same. It's about the same. I fucking edit videos and make thumbnails while I'm fucking driving. So
that's true.
That's the fucking problem. Like when it comes to driving stick, that shit's tough. So. All right, Wayward Noodle for 10. Funded ISOM, first works. Never felt more privileged. Won't open, saving it that way. Appreciate all you for pushing back on the bullshit. Salami and pineapple on pizza is not pizza. Thank you, Wayward Noodle.
It is cool though. It is cool to get an opportunity to support, what Rip has done, and being able to say, hey, I supported this when it started, because was it 10, 20, 15, whatever down the road when it's become this mega thing, be like, yeah, I was there. So it's good stuff.
Yeah.
The Gilk Man, I need to meet Josiah one of these days. Known him for a long time and still haven't met him. Spielberg is the GOAT, not Nolan.
Wow. Spielberg's had a great track record the last 10 years. He's just crushing it, man.
At least he knew enough to get off that Indiana Jones movie.
I think Spielberg is just, you're never gonna have. You can't recreate what he's done. Like, it was a different time. He's made so many iconic films. But and I don't know if it's hard to say if Nolan's like the GOAT, because I feel like Nolan is not a versatile director, but damn, man, when he's on, he is on, and he is so unique.
Yeah.
He's my personal favorite for sure. But it's almost like I think that it's like a comparison of like Denzel Washington and Christian Bale. Christian Bale's far more versatile, but Denzel, when he's just on point,
his top performances are better than
fucking hell, boy. Denzel's just on point, but Bale's more versatile. So,
Yeah.
That's a good comparison, actually.
Yep.
I don't know who I would say would be the GOAT. That'd be a tough one.
Well, it's tough because you give credit to like innovation or quality of the movie too, because some directors like really like changed even the way that films were made. I mean, you could put James Cameron in that argument. I think in a lot of cases, I think James Cameron has done some of the greatest action movies of all time, and his pacing for action is really good. So
I think
mean,
guys that have like a real long fucking track record, like that's always going to be them. Like Scorsese, obviously.
Mhm.
You know, there's some Scorsese movies I don't really like. I don't know if there's one I could be like it's bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the fact that we're sitting here, where Avatar 2 is going to hit 2 billion. This is fucking crazy to me that movie it doesn't seem like it has cultural significance, but it clearly does. It clearly has sometimes. This is insane. I mean, I love the second one. I didn't really care for the first one. And there was a lot of doubts as to how this movie is going to perform. And it's just crazy how it started out slow and it just continued to grow like the first one. It's wild.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched it again last night, and I will say this, like, that the 3D is no joke in that movie. Like, I thought it was bullshit because the first time I watched it normal in like a normal theater, not even IMAX, and I thought it was good. I liked it better than the first one, but man, that 3D at a really good theater is pretty insane. Like, and they said like 60 frames per second or something, so it's almost like you're inside of a video game. It's really bizarre.
Yeah.
So it goes a long way to have the aesthetic and the world building right. I think too many people forget about the world building.
I think one of the things that's cool about Avatar too is that it's like an original universe from James Cameron's head too. You know, it's not like a Marvel thing or, you know, something that's already based on an existing IP. So I think people find that interesting too.
Yep.
Shaka Zulu for 2. Hail Hungry Howies. That ranch crust was so good. I like the butter crust, I think, is my
butter
favorite.
garlic.
Hayden Jerko for 20. Joining the stream late as I usually catch the live stream later in the week while working. First time donating. I don't know what this is. Who's that?
It's crickets.
Oh, damn it.
Nice.
What about this?
That was the Will Be Gentle.
The sparkle.
Yeah, that is. That's it. Yeah.
That's what I was looking for. I knew it was one of these gay colored buttons.
I got you. All these like, oh yeah, I got you. Okay.
That one.
Yeah. That was
this was what you looking for?
Yeah. First time donating Will Be Gentle.
Got
yeah, what Gary does. But my first time donating, been watching and listening to all you guys for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. Appreciate all you. Well, thank you, Hayden Jerko, the second Hayden in the chat.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Johnny Slaction for 5. Just ordered ISOM number 1. Copy 17,850 sold of cover C. Hail the Rippaverse, hail the Iron Age. That's a lot of fucking comics.
Hell yeah.
Just for that cover.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot.
And then Hayden Jerko for another 10. Also want to say thank you to all you Geeks and Gamers. You kept me entertained in the spring of 2021. I had severe pancreatitis and was hospitalized for a month over my 26th birthday. Had a feeding tube. God, that would suck. Wow, we're all fucking sitting here bitching about what kind of pizza you like, and you were fucking just having shit shoved straight in your stomach. No taste.
Yeah,
so,
it's wild.
Man,
rough. It's like it's so crazy, man. You just don't know. Like one of my favorite, I've mentioned him a few times, but one of my favorite YouTubers, man, he was in the hospital the last few days. RGT85. He was in the hospital for like a couple days. I think he's out now. But yeah, you just don't know, man. I'm like, dude, I watch this guy every day, and now he's like, you know, he's in a hospital, you know, and it's wild, man. So hopefully RGT85 will be okay. And shout out to him, Spawncast and all that.
Blue-Eyed Scorpion for 2. Michael Bay's the Tim Tebow of directors. I watched Transformers Dark of the Moon today as I was like cleaning some shit up and packing some stuff away.
Yeah,
I watched that movie.
But I would say if I'm being objective about that, like I think that's disrespectful to Michael Bay. It just is. Michael Bay made The Rock. The Rock is fucking fantastic. That's a
Michael
great
Bay makes pretty good movie. I watched Ambulance the other day too. Every Michael Bay movie looks like a Michael Bay movie. Like
it does.
Like shit, everything. Yeah.
Pearl Harbor wasn't good.
Color palette.
But Armageddon was a lot of fun, man. I remember that movie.
Like when there's like just two people talking and he's just spinning the camera and cutting like as they're fucking spinning. I swear it's in every fucking Michael Bay movie.
Well, dude, now he's got those drone pilots too. Like those are the guys that I emulate now since I've been flying drones. Like Michael Bay, just like he got like the best like professional drone racer. He was like 19 years old. And he's like, here, put this like $5,000 camera in your drone, just go fly in this explosion. He's like, really? And he's like, yeah, do it. He's like, what if I crash? He's like, now buy another fucking camera. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, right.
He's like, I just want the shot. Go do it.
Yeah.
Joseph Finley for $100.
Wow, thank you.
As Denzel ages out. Eric takes the role. Don't deny, white guy, and cannot deny. Yes, I'm ISOM number ones.
Ripa, you gonna be the new Denzel?
Nah, man, I ain't got him.
He got the chops.
Is it fair to say that Denzel Washington, as great as he is still underappreciated?
Yeah.
I think he is, bro. He's so fucking good, man.
The thing is that he hasn't, I don't feel like he's done a ton in the last like 5 years or so. So I think he's probably fallen a little bit under, like on top of everybody's head when you're talking about people.
But I even still feel like at his peak, I mean, he was obviously a star and he's obviously recognized as a great, but like this dude is next fucking level, man. I mean, he really is. He's really fucking good. I mean, his acting is so, like, I'll never forget the first time I realized that Denzel Washington's just kind of operating on another level was Crimson Tide.
That was good.
And that scene with him and Gene Hackman, you know, with the XO and the whole debate about, you know, the command and all that, that is some of the best acting you will ever see, period. And Gene Hackman's a heavyweight too. So those guys going back and forth and that dynamic, and then the passion from Denzel and the screen presence is just like nothing I'd ever seen. And I'm like, good Lord, man, this guy. And I'd seen a movie called Ricochet with him previous to seeing Crimson Tide, but I went back and watched stuff like after I saw that in Crimson Tide, because I'm like, this dude is playing on a different level. And my favorite Denzel Washington movie is Man on Fire.
Absolutely.
That movie kicks my ass in the end, man. Holy shit.
That's one of the few movies that's like, oh man, I gotta like, I got something in my eye, man. I'm gonna walk away.
But I do. I feel like Denzel, as great as he is and as loved as he is and respected, I feel like he's not appreciated enough for being how great he is. So
yeah,
just an observation.
All right, let's finish up these couple super chats here. Hayden Jerko for 10. You're not kidding. Pizza was on every commercial while I was there. Thankfully, can eat what I want now. Doctor advised me to stay away from alcohol for life, which was a bummer, but that I can take. Yeah.
Never had it myself, alcohol.
That's not true.
What?
I saw you take a sip of alcohol, Jeremy.
Oh, I mean, I fucking drink NyQuil, so technically I've had alcohol. So
no, we were at a bar in Nashville.
Yeah, I accidentally drank your fucking alcohol. I'm like, fucking get the hell away from me.
We were at a bar in Nashville, and me and Jay ordered Jack and Cokes, and Jeremy ordered fucking Dr. Pepper. And they hand the drinks down, and unbeknownst to anybody, they handed Jeremy my drink, and I had the Dr. Pepper. But I hadn't taken a taste of it. I was like, why the fuck is my cup so big compared to theirs? That's weird, but whatever. And Jeremy fucking puts a straw, and he's like, oh, there's something wrong with this Dr. Pepper. It tastes weird.
I have, like, because this whole thing about me and not drinking is kind of like, it's such a well-known thing. I refuse to take drinks from people at our meetups. Like, I just don't. People bring me drinks all the time, and I'm like, I don't fucking want your drink. Like, don't give, because I'm worried somebody's going to try, you know what I mean, and spike my drink. And I am never going to drink alcohol. And trust me, for anybody out there, when I was in school, high school, the hottest fucking girls tried. And if they couldn't do it, you fucking can't do it. Okay. So it's never going to happen. So, but I don't take drinks from people like at meetups or anything like that. Cause I'm like, I'm not getting pulled into anything. Never going to happen. So,
Ulfidnar Berserker for 5. If a local pizza place has a good cheese pizza, they can make a good chicken bacon pizza and a bacon black olive pizza. Change my mind. Black olives are useless on pizza. I don't think they add much. It's a little salty taste, I guess, which I don't fucking get it. But I mean, chicken bacon pizza is good. Tim Riggs for 5. I think Denzel is carefully chooses his roles, like Daniel Day-Lewis. He won't do a role he doesn't believe in. They're the same level, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah. And Nakmaman on Streamlabs. I never felt the need to insert myself into stories. It's so narcissistic. I'd rather insert other people into the stories I tell. Just ask Rolo.
I know what he's talking about.
Inagmamon.
I know what he's talking about.
Yeah,
And then Anakmamon for a two-parter. Part 1, I watched 5 minutes of Velma. Immediately afterwards, I suffered severe cramps, nausea, diarrhea, and pissing blood. I went to the doctor for a cure. He said, watch any Clint Eastwood movie where he punches a woman. Cleared right up. P.S. If anyone, and by anyone I mean Ryan, wants to know which movies they are, play Misty for me in Sudden Impact. In Play Misty for me, he punches a woman so hard she falls off a cliff. Try not to feed the ducks too hard while you watch that, Ryan. That does sound interesting.
You know, Dan Vast says that there's a medication that his doctor recommended for that condition. It's called Zeltroid.
Zeltroid.
What is that? Hold on. Was that Johnny's new name?
That's Johnny's new channel.
That's his new channel's gaming channel, Zeltroid. I think it's fucking badass.
I think it's
sounds
great,
like,
actually.
Sounds like
Is he just gonna do fucking Metroid and Zelda content?
That's what that channel's. Yep.
So that's awesome.
I think Johnny 64 kind of plays better personally.
I do like Johnny 64.
Zeltroid just got, I don't know, man. Zeltroid just has it's a certain ring to it, man. I like Zeltroid.
At the end of the day, there's fucking channels that have millions of subscribers that are just a random assortment of fucking like consonants and numbers. You know what I mean? So whatever.
Yeah.
Look at Moist Critical. His fucking channel's Penguin Zero. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
All right, and let me make sure we're all caught up.
We're all caught up. You guys have been awesome tonight. Thank you so much. Never a dull moment with a Geeks and Gamers stream. Got Wolfsbane says Denzel's son is pretty underrated, just mid movies. Yeah, I thought he was really good in Tenet. I didn't really love Tenet. As big Nolan fan as I am, I didn't like Tenet that much, but I thought he was really good in that movie. And so, but he's got potential for sure. I thought he should have been. He should have basically been Chadwick Boseman's replacement for Black Panther.
Oh damn! Yeah, that would have been a good choice.
He would have been a good choice.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So, but yes, a great Tuesday night's main event. Did we get another super chat just now? Hang on,
a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get
Sophie for 6 refused to go with the popular crowd in school. So when everyone started drinking, I refused. Even got bullied. But now used to not drink. Or now used not to drink. Hail. Thank you, Sophie. Super Mastermind for 5. Make Ryan watch and review Gem the movie based on the 1980s cartoon. It was so bad it got pulled 4 days in release. Can you find it?
Really?
I don't know. Gem.
Look into that one. Yeah, as far as the drinking stuff, it's just never been my thing. I have nothing like you can go do what you want. You know, I have, you know, it's not for me, but other people could do it. That's totally fine. I'm not like the beta that cried about Hogwarts Legacy that we talked about earlier. But yeah, thank you guys so much. This is this has been a great stream. This is a very exciting time for us. This is a big moment for us, and we're not doing this to just continue to do what we're doing. We're doing this to try to take things to another level. And while not forgetting, you know, what got us here, and that's not going to ever happen, but to take some further steps. I really do appreciate, you know, the people involved like Ryan and Rolo and Joe that you know, made the jump to get down here, kind of forced my hand since I'm the one that said I wanted to be here. I'm not sure I'd be here right now without them. And then obviously the rest of the team, all the support. We got a couple of weeks of just getting everything set up, and thank you guys so much. It's been a very stressful situation, but nothing worth doing is not going to be stressful. So, I mean, I know Ripa probably stressed out like crazy trying to do the Ripaverse, and it worked out good. When you do hard shit and you're taking risks, it is stressful, but it's stressful for the right reasons. And we got the right people behind us. So, thank you guys so much. So Josiah, where can they find you?
I Rises, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, this man's going to have more subscribers than the main Geeks Gamers channel soon, and he can't even take it where I toss over like the plug. You know what I mean?
I don't care, I guess.
Hey guys. Oh, big gulps, huh? All right. Well, see you later.
Yeah, I have my own channel. Go check it out.
Rest in peace to Dolly. Rest in peace, Dolly.
is
Rolo,
true. That is
Rolo, for the second time on Tuesday night's main event. Where
All
can they find you,
right.
buddy?
You can find me and my wife Joe on Locked and Loaded Latinos. It's Locked Loaded Latinos on Twitch, YouTube. We do a podcast every week. We talk about guns, freedom, and politics. And we also host a lot of the gaming streams here on Geeks and Gamers Play, which you can check out tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thursday and Friday. We'll also be having some streams. And this Saturday, I will give another plug. I've invited the rest of the team over. We're going to have a little birthday celebration at my house. I got old this week, a little bit older, so everybody's going to come over. Might do a live stream, so check that out. And thanks again for having me on.
Hell yeah, man. Happy birthday, Rolo.
Thank you.
Let's see. Young Rippa.
Yeah. Look, you already know where I'm at. Same shit, but rippaverse.com is where you need to be if you want to get caught up on everything it is that we're doing, as well as our YouTube. We do have a YouTube that is specifically dedicated for the Rippaverse. So you can go check that out. We're releasing videos from time to time, giving you some insight on kind of the creation process, creativity process as well. So yeah, appreciate all the support. But yeah, we're gonna keep working on ISOM 2 and all the other projects that we have in the works.
Hell yeah, man. Good to have you. Appreciate you being here. I know I didn't tell you we were streaming tonight.
Yeah,
so,
it's not good.
But good stuff. Ryan, I know we got a couple more, right? Let's see. Hang on. Hayden Jerko says, do you guys think studios will stop ruining our favorite franchises? Witcher 3 was my favorite game of all time. Sad seeing it destroyed by wokeism and writers who don't give a crap about lore. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. I think we're a long ways away from that. That's why people like, Rippa, and you got Josiah with the Epic Verse, which for some reason he didn't promote it because he's a fucking idiot. So
I just don't have anything to promote. I did see someone ask in the comments if we have any release dates yet for the Epic Verse, and we don't at the moment. We do have kind of our game plan of what we're going to be accomplishing over the next few months as far as the schedule goes. We're just kind of in the process right now of just building our bank of content before we actually release anything. That way we can just have some stuff to actually show you guys instead of just kind of releasing one thing and then you guys don't see us again for a while. So
yeah, I hear you on that. But yeah, it's all good stuff. But I don't think you can put any faith in Hollywood at any point. I mean, there's gonna be things that you'll enjoy, and that's fine. But overall, you can't have faith in anything they're doing. It's just not. It's not going to happen. So, was that it, Ryan?
There's one more from Gunny Z. As a disabled American veteran, I can't do much, but I'll give y'all as much as I can when I can. Keep up the good work and Semper Fi. Well, hey, thank you, Gunny.
I've already done plenty
Appreciate
enough.
the hell out of that.
Yeah, you've done plenty enough by your service. So we greatly appreciate that. And, appreciate all of our veterans out there. So thank you guys. Ryan, what's going on with your setup, buddy?
I've turned a bunch of it down, bringing some of it over to the G&G house, setting some of it up in kind of a smaller, little more low-key studio in a different area of my house. So, yeah, it's all good. You find me at Ryan Kennel RK Outpost, Sports Wars, wherever.
Let's do it. So thank you guys again. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, and everything else that you do for Geeks and Gamers and all of us. We'll see you tomorrow for Fortnite over on Geeks and Gamers Play. No political show tomorrow for me and Ryan because we're trying to get everything done. And then I'll be back for Friday Night Tights. I know I haven't been there the last couple of weeks. 1 week I was sick, and then the next week I was traveling. So finally got over that. That sickness kicked my ass. I mean, I was completely out of it for like a week and a half.
Man.
It was bad, dude. So, but yeah, Ryan, take us away and chat. We appreciate you guys. The stream will be live on the channel, so you can go rewatch the replay. Like the video, share the video, and Alec Campbell says, "Don't return to Friday Night Tights." Well, I certainly will not now. Just for you, Alec. I'm just not gonna do it now. So I'll tell everybody. So
hashtag for Alec.
There you go, buddy. All right, we'll see you guys next week.